Salutations everyone, welcome. Here we are, finally, the long-awaited Battle of Sekigahara. Finally, the greatest samurai battle in history. This is the climax of the Sengoku Jidai. I mean, technically there's still the Siege of Osaka later, but this is the climax of the Sengoku Jidai, finally. Hello, welcome. Salutations. Yeah, I am very excited for this. This is gonna be cool. I've seen a few parts of this scenario, and they even give us choices and all. Obviously, we're gonna follow the historical choices because we're doing this historically accurately as possible. But that's what we're gonna do. The Battle of Sekigahara. Here we are. Finally, the third unifier, Tokugawa Ieyasu, is finally gonna move into unifying Japan. Following Oda Nobunaga's death, Toyotomi Hideyoshi took the reins and succeeded in unifying the country. Soon after Hideyoshi's death, Tokugawa Ieyasu declared himself the next ruler of the country. Determined to preserve the Toyotomi administration, Ishida Mitsunari began working behind the scenes to rally forces against him. But Ieyasu caught wind of his plans. Even so, he decided to sit back and watch them unfold, intending to decide things once and for all in a final battle for the nation. You already failed the historical path because the Mori? True, that's why last stream we were just reading all the scene. We were watching all the scenes that would happen after that, because the Mori clan just started invading everything, and as a result, we weren't able to do things historically accurate. But that's fine. We're now starting a new scenario here. Battle of Sekigahara. So as you can see, Japan is looking quite interesting. Here we have the Mori. They're very big. They do have a bit of Kyushu though, that is true. They are very big, the Mori. But they won't be relevant here. Most importantly, we have the Toyotomi. Again, Hideyoshi is dead. He died 2 years before this scenario. Hideyoshi died in 1598, and that's what changed what stopped the invasion of Korea. After Hideyoshi's death, nobody wanted to stay there. So Hideyori at this time is a 4-year-old. So as you can imagine, a 4-year-old cannot rule, and that's what's going to give Ieyasu the opportunity to finally take the country for himself. Ieyasu has been here since the times of Nobunaga. So finally, he's seen like all of these events happening so far. He's gonna be the one to put an end to it once and for all. Let's see. Here we have Oda Hidenobu, the current head of the Oda clan. Sanada Masayuki is a bit older now. Uesugi Kagekatsu, the Uesugi were moved from their home province over here. It was normal for Hideyoshi and Ieyasu both to like move around the clans. The Date are also here. Masamune, Mogami Yoshiaki. Alright, those are the most important ones, if I remember. Maeda Toshinaga as well. And Otani Yoshitsugu. Here we go. Otani Yoshitsugu, he has leprosy. That's why he covers his face. Anyways, we're gonna play as the Tokugawa. Finally. Wait, I forgot something. I forgot to disable the VTubers. Wait a minute. Wait, where do I do it? Right. We also now have Ibrahim from Nishisanji added officially as a character in a collab that the game had. There we go. And now Ibrahim as well. There we go. The VTubers are disabled. Let Polka rule one day. That will be our first VTuber campaign. Alright. But there we go. After the fall of the Hojo clan, which ruled over Kanto, Ieyasu was the one who was given rulership of Kanto. So he was moved from his home province of Mikawa all the way here to Kanto, and he decided to base himself in Edo. Edo, which would become the capital of Japan, and today is known as Tokyo. So here we go. The long-awaited Battle of Sekigahara. It was the 5th year of Keicho, the 1600s. Not even 20 years had passed since Oda Nobunaga's death, and portents of war loomed over Japan like an ominous cloud. Toyotomi Hideyoshi had passed, leaving Maeda Toshiie and Tokugawa Ieyasu as the mainstays of the administration. With Toshiie's eventual death, however, the nation finally appeared to be falling into the hands of Ieyasu. But Hideyoshi's confidant, Ishida Mitsunari, did not approve. The rivalry between Ieyasu and Mitsunari would tumble the entire nation into a tumultuous conflict. Here we go. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. The Toyotomi clan divides. 1 year prior, in Keicho 4, 1599 AD. For some time, a deep-seated rift had existed within the Toyotomi clan. One side consisted of militarists, such as Kato Kiyomasa. He was the tiger hunter. He hunted tigers in Korea. The other comprised Ishida Mitsunari and like-minded statesmen. As unification grew closer, the role of militarists shrank, while Hideyoshi relied ever more upon his statesmen. And even where Kiyomasa and his comrades did find opportunities to prove their worth, they received meager reward for their troubles. Suspecting that the statesman had a hand in their maltreatment, they nursed grudges against Mitsunari and his fellows. After Hideyoshi's death, his resentment boiled over into action. Kiyomasa and the militarists raised an army in Osaka and attacked Mitsunari's residence. Lord Mitsunari, I'm glad to see you unharmed. Still, it is not safe here. Please flee to Lord Hukita's residence. Kiyomasa, Masanori, and even Agamasa. How has it come to this? Why do they come for me, a devout loyalist to the Toyotomi? It was men like Fushimi Masanori and Kuroda Nagamasa, officers who had studied and trained alongside Mitsunari from childhood under Hideyoshi's wing, that took part in Kiyomasa's schemes. After barely evading an attempt on his life with the aid of Satake Yoshinobu, Mitsunari briefly lay low at Hukita Hideye's residence before returning to his own home of Fushimi Castle. Soldiers in pursuit, commanded by the militarists, surrounded Fushimi Castle, resulting in a stalemate between the two opposing factions. It was Tokugawa Ieyasu who, having maintained strong relations with the militarist officers, brought an end to the impasse. Such a disgraceful state of affairs, and barely a year since the passing of the regent Hideyoshi. The Toyotomi must not be the solid collective it presents itself as. Now, if I am to mediate the situation successfully, I may obligate Kiyomasa and his allies to side with the Tokugawa when the need arises. Ieyasu was a very shrewd tactician. Fushimi Castle, Minister Ishida's residence. Do not fret, Lord Mitsunari. I have no intention of extraditing you in the hands of Kiyomasa and his associates. However, you must accept that you are partly responsible for this situation. You must resign your post as an overseer and retire to Sawayama immediately. Nothing else will extinguish Kiyomasa's rage. Lord Minister, allow me to express my deepest gratitude for your mediation. I will indeed accept responsibility and remove myself from the political scene. I knew you were a man of reason. The Minister of the Interior, Tokugawa Ieyasu, curbed the militarists' anger by convincing Mitsunari to retire from politics. Well then, I say this matter is concluded. Now, Minister Ishida, I trust you will try to sympathize with Kiyomasa. Reason alone is not enough to move people. If you are to stand above others, you would do well to remember that. One could say this turmoil was, for the most part, a result of Mitsunari's disposition. As one who would exclude emotions altogether, relying purely on logic and reason in his governance, Mitsunari found himself ostracized and without adherents. Before long, those around him began to harbor a deep enmity against him. I've given everything to the Toyotomi, yet Kiyomasa and his lapdogs see fit to treat me with such impudence. Why must I be the one expected to reflect on their character? And there we go. So this is the cool thing about this scenario and the next Siege of Osaka scenario. You can actually choose what's gonna happen, right? So in this case, Mitsunari chose not to reflect on his actions, which is factual history, or to reflect on his actions, which proceeds into the fictional side. But no, we're gonna go this historically, so we're gonna choose this one. Mitsunari did not reflect on his actions. They are nothing more than warmongering brutes who know not how to make name for themselves outside battle. Oh, how envious they must be of how valid I was in courts. Though I will no longer take part in the court's affairs, I will not go down quietly. I shall cross blades with any and all who would ally themselves with Ieyasu. So it comes to this. Just know that this decision of yours will seal your fate. But Yoshitsugu will stay with Mitsunari, because again, it's that story that Yoshitsugu, he had leprosy, and a bit of his face fell onto his tea during the tea ceremony, and he passed the tea on to others, and nobody drank from the tea except Mitsunari, who drank it. Since then, Yoshitsugu was completely loyal to Mitsunari. Though the series of events surrounding Mitsunari appeared to be resolved on the surface, both parties continued to harbor deep hatred for one another. Escorted by Ieyasu's second son, Yuki Hideyasu, Mitsunari retired to his domain of Sawayama. From there, Mitsunari plotted his return to the court, biding his time for the most opportune moment to eliminate Ieyasu. The target of his ire had apparently shifted from Kiyomasa and the militarists. On the other hand, Ieyasu, having benefited most from the conflict between Mitsunari and the militarists, now controlled the court. The Tokugawa were one step closer to seizing absolute power. There we go. So that's the premise so far. Here we are. No! Okay, let me change something. I'm gonna change something really quick. I want the Tokugawa theme to play. The Tokugawa themes is one of my favorites in the entire game. So I'm gonna change the music. Wait a minute. Because the music that's playing right now is the generic Big Clan song. So I'm gonna change, there we go. Yeah, that's the one that's playing. Where's the Tokugawa theme? There we go. Metal pacify the world. And a large clan will change this into the Tokugawa war theme. There we go. Okay. Music editing done. I really like the Tokugawa themes. If we're playing the Tokugawa clan, I want to hear those songs. Anyways. Alright, so as you can see, we have a lot of alliances. Like half of Japan is allied with us. The Mogami are allied with us, the Date are allied with us. Over here, the Gamo are also allied with us. The Hori clan is also allied with us. The Sengoku clan is also allied with us. Where is this? The Asano clan is also allied with us. The Yamauchi clan is also allied with us. Let's see, what else? What else do we have here? The Kyogoku clan is allied with us. The Maeda clan is also allied with us. His father, Maeda Toshiie, was in the side of the Toyotomi, but his son, Toshinaga, decided to side with Ieyasu. The Fukushima clan is also allied with us. Let's see, the Tanaka clan, the Ikeda clan, the Tomita clan. A lot of clans, as you can see. Over here, the Hosokawa clan, the Ikoma clan, the Hachisuka clan, the Kato. This is a different Kato though. Yeah, this is a different Kato. Because here we also have the other Kato clan. Yeah. Actually, I think this is the son of Kato Kiyomasa. I think, I'm not sure. The Todo clan, and finally the Kuroda clan. So as you can see, most of the we have a lot of Eastern clans on our side. This is why this is gonna become the Eastern Army. Let's see. Meanwhile, everyone else is allied with the Toyotomi clan right now. Also, we do have territories in central Japan, actually. That is funny. But we have a provinces there. Alright. Let's Let's see, vassal escort, why not? It's the Tokugawa ability. Let's get system reform. System reform 2. So the cool thing about the Tokugawa is the Tokugawa have such amazing officers. The Toyotomi also do. But so the Tokugawa have some of my favorite officers ever. Discretionary power assignment, that's good too. Let's see, what else? Bodyguard formation, why not? I actually don't know how many scenes we have to watch. Small supply unit. Let's go, sure. Gunnery. Alright. As for my council, Hidetada. No, I don't want Hidetada. Strength of years, that works. Orimo Totada. Let's see, what else? Code of the Official, Civil Leadership. No, Code of the Strategist is good. I think I'll go. Oh, there we go. This is the guy, Miura Anjin. This is William Adams. I think he was Dutch. The Dutchman ended up becoming the Western Samurai. He's the main character of Neo. The Neo. I think he made by the same company, by Koei as well. His Japanese name was Miura Anjin. But I want, where is it? There we go. Honda Masanobu. You can come into the council. Give me 8 formations. Alright, I think that's it. Yeah, that is it. Now, let's see. Edo. Let's say improve Edo Castle a bit more. Actually, I don't know if we need to do this. Oh, everything is already improved. Oh wow. Never mind. Makes sense. Japan is now kind at peace. Isn't his name William? Yeah. William Adams was his name, but he got a Japanese name when he became a samurai. Yeah. In Japan, he was known as Miura Anjin. That was the Japanese name he was given. Let's see. We don't need utmost devotion. Let's get this one. Because, you know, Japanese love changing names. And that also applies to foreigners. That's what they did with Yasuke. That's why Yasuke was given that name, Yasuke. Yasuke was not his name. That was the name Oda Nobunaga gave him. Same thing with Miura Anjin. Though I think Miura Anjin, I don't know if it was Ieyasu himself who gave him that name. I'm not sure, so don't quote me on this. Alright. Let's see things happen. Yeah, the Kiyomasa is like swimming in an ocean of Toyotomi loyalists. Okay, here we go. Next scene. Now there we go. This is gonna be the trigger. This is gonna be the trigger of the Sekigahara campaign. Naoe's letter. With Ishida Mitsunari out of the picture, Tokugawa Ieyasu seized control of the courts and then turned his efforts towards eliminating any clan who could question his authority. After subjugating the Maeda clan, one of the 5 elders, Ieyasu set his sights on the Uesugi, which is another of the 5 elders. So basically, after Hideyoshi died, he had put in place this council, the Council of 5 Elders, who would oversee Japan and guide his 2-year-old son Hideyori. The 5 elders were Tokugawa Ieyasu, Uesugi Kagekatsu, Maeda Toshiie, who else? I'm forgetting the other 2. I think Ukita Hideye was also another one of the elders, and then there was one more, and I'm forgetting who the 5th one is. It wasn't Mitsunari, it was someone else, I think. But now I'm forgetting. I mean, maybe it was Mitsunari. No. It was Mori Terumune. Yeah, Mori Terumune. I think. Yeah, I think it was Mori Terumune. Anyways. After subjugating the Maeda clan, one of the 5 elders, Ieyasu set his sights on the Uesugi. Ieyasu purposely summoned the Uesugi to the capital during one of their busiest seasons. This was his ploy to fault them for disrespectfully arriving late, giving him the justification needed to take punitive actions. Damn, what an asshole. Yeah, I know you guys are busy. I'm just gonna call you guys on purpose because I want to make you guys look bad so I can punish you. Again, Ieyasu is very shrewd. He's very, very shrewd. Anticipating the coming conflict, the Uesugi began fortifying castles within their territory and acquiring armaments within their territory. Acquiring armaments to prepare for battle. But this was exactly the justification Ieyasu needed. Yeah, make them be angry so that we can, justify warfare against them. Just as Ieyasu had planned, the Uesugi failed to answer their summons to the capital. An official document demanding an explanation was delivered to senior retainer Naoe Kanetsugu. Kanetsugu responded to what was essentially an ultimatum from Ieyasu, with a letter comprised of 16 articles. This missive would later come to be known as Naoe's letter. The Uesugi clan already visited the capital after changing domains. If our presence is again required, then when shall we be given leave to manage our realm? Our procurement of arms is nothing more than an act akin to the collection of tea sets as many among the nobility are wont to do. We provincial samurai are quite fond of our muskets and bows. To claim that we plot insurrection is an unjustified accusation. It would be right to reprimand those who would condemn the Uesugi. Only then will we pledge to answer the summons. The Uesugi will never abandon Lord Hideyori. We are nothing like the petty villain who disregarded the late Lord Regent's final wishes and plundered the authority for himself. Ooh, that's shots fired right there. That's a pot shot at Ieyasu. Signed, Yamashiro Governor Naoe Kanetsugu. Naoe Kanetsugu. He has the gall to slander me. His letter sets my blood boiling. Very well. I shall acquiesce to their wishes and strike them down directly. Prepare for war. We march on Aizu. Here we go. On the very day the letter from Kanetsugu was received, Ieyasu ordered every daimyo under his influence to attack Uesugi Kagekatsu. While Fukushima Masanori, Hosokawa Tadaoki, and Kato Yoshiakira were appointed to the vanguard for the assault on Aizu, Ieyasu's chief retainer, Torii Mototada, was given the honor of Fushimi Castle's care, a Fushimi Castle being in Kyoto, in the capital. As Tokugawa Ieyasu and his armies marched out of Kyoto, a mere few thousand were left to defend Fushimi Castle. Sawayama Castle. Sawayama is located in Omi, in eastern Omi, in southeast Lake Biwa. Minister Tokugawa is evidently marching via the Tokaido. Now would be the most opportune time to mobilize the troops, Minister Ishida. You have threatened the security of the Toyotomi for long enough, Minister Tokugawa. I, Mitsunari, shall destroy you in the name of our late lord, Regent Hideyoshi. Ieyasu's departure from the capital engendered a wave of opposition against him. The most decisive battle of the era was close at hand. Here we go. So, oh wait, I was going to pause. Mitsunari's call to arms. Ishida Mitsunari's long-awaited opportunity to eliminate Tokugawa Ieyasu for the sake of the Toyotomi had finally arrived. Ieyasu had marched his great army into eastern Japan in order to subdue the Uesugi. Taking advantage of this move, Mitsunari denounced Ieyasu's despotism and began raising an army. The forces that assembled in response to Mitsunari's call to arms would come to be known as the Western Army by future generations. The following four individuals were its most central figures. Ishida Mitsunari, the civil second aide, lord of Omi Sawayama Castle, and former overseer of Toyotomi's court, commanded the army. Otani Yoshitsugu, the judicial supervisor of daimyo of Echizen Tsuruga, agreed to support the Western Army as its chief strategist out of his friendship with Mitsunari. Ukita Hideye, the daimyo of Bizen who became kin to Hideyoshi by taking his adopted daughter as his wife, also served the Toyotomi clan as a member of the Five Elders. Konishi Yukinaga, the daimyo of Higo Udo, was formerly a merchant who had been discovered by Ukita Naoye and quickly rose to his esteemed position after becoming a samurai. He was well known for his business acumen and faithful devotion to Christianity. Hence why the thing on his neck. Will Lord Terumoto not sally out of Osaka? Of all people, I would not have expected the general to fail to appear at the very first battle. See, because Mori Terumune is supposed to be the actual official leader of the Western Army, even though the de facto leader is Mitsunari. Hold your tongue, Minister. You remember that this march is on Fushimi's Lord Ukita's responsibility. Of course, it was not my intention to criticize him. Minister Ishida, bluntly stating the truth, no matter how accurate or justified, will not bring people to your side. Oh yeah, that is very much a thing. Sometimes saying the truth can make people be pissed at you, because sometimes people don't want to listen to the truth. So in this case, Mitsunari is right about Terumune, but you know, that's not gonna make Terumune happy if he just says it. Surely you understand that it was our late Lord Regent's charismatic endorsement that allowed you to hold sway over others before. Now, that's quite enough, Minister Otani. There are plenty who trust and follow Minister Ishida for his unaffected and honest character. Yeah, he is honest to a fault. There is no room for ambiguity with matters concerning coinage. Our civil second aide here would make a great merchant, which is why I count myself among his supporters. That and the fact that I am in dire need of eliminating both the Kato and Fukushima clans. I foresee them in hindering my future business ventures. Yeah, so, Konishi Yukinaga and Kato Kiyomasa, they do not get along at all. They ruled this, neighboring provinces to each other in Kyushu. And both Konishi Yukinaga and Kato Kiyomasa were the leaders of the Korea invasion. And they were always competing with each other to see who would conquer more territory. They really didn't like each other. The point is, you can leave the storming of Fushimi to us. Lord Mori may not be riding with us, but Kingo seems to be. Ah, Kingo. Kobayakawa Hideaki, this guy's about to be very relevant. I have come to pay my respects. Kobayakawa Hideaki, Hideyoshi's adopted son, who had been adopted by the Kobayakawa clan, was known as Kingo in reference to his title. I will now take my leave. I still have much to prepare for the coming battle. One moment, Kingo. I'll go with you part of the way. Kato Yoshiaki is not a blood relative of Kato Kiyomasa. Oh, okay. Actually, his father had served Ieyasu but betrayed and after that served Hideyoshi. Okay. Thank you for the clarification. There's nothing to worry about, Minister Ishida. The veteran warrior Akashi is with Lord Ukita. Fushimi may be solid, but rest assured it will fall. Did I seem concerned? Trust me, I'm not worried. I was simply wondering what Vice Councillor Kingo has to gain by lending me a hand. That is a good point, Minister. Kingo hasn't a single incentive to side with you. He may be up to something. I'm glad to see that you would rush to the Toyotomi's aid when needed, Kingo. Of course. Minister Tokugawa will become a thorn in Lord Hideyori's side if left undealt with. We must strike him down before this comes to be. The battle ahead of us will decide his nation's future. As fellow vassals of the Toyotomi clan, let us go forth as one. Even though Mitsunari is in the right, many daimyo have already joined Minister Tokugawa's forces. On top of that, Kuroda says that even my aunt endorses Minister Tokugawa. I must consider this situation with a keen mind, lest I end up like my brother Hidetsugu. Hidetsugu was executed by Hideyoshi, if I remember correctly. I think, if I remember correctly, Hidetsugu was adopted by Hideyoshi. This was before Hideyoshi had a son, because Hideyoshi struggled to have a son of his own. Nene, apparently, his wife Nene was barren, she could not conceive. And even Hideyori, when he had Hideyori, it was with Chacha, the daughter of Azai Nagamasa and Oichi. Chacha was Hideyoshi's concubine. But yeah, so Hideyoshi adopted sons instead, and until he had Hideyori, and then he saw Hidetsugu as a threat to Hideyori, and if I remember correctly, that's why he executed Hidetsugu. But I don't know the details very much. The way Kingo was behaving, without pressure from Lord Terumoto. Oh, Terumoto, okay. So I've been saying Terumune this whole time, and that's wrong. It's Terumoto. Terumoto is the name. Terumune was his father, I think. Yeah. I suspect he made effect. Is there no way we could get Lord Terumoto to step out of Osaka? Can he really be roused into taking action? I assume he intends to observe the whole conflict until some opportunity worth exploiting arises. No, there is always a hand that can be played. I have a plan. I shall meet with Lord Terumoto personally and scare him into leading out an army. But if Lord Terumoto were to march, Osaka would be left defenseless. Lord Hideyori must be protected. If Lord Hideyori were taken from us, Minister Tokugawa would have more legitimacy. We would suddenly be seen as the outlaws. Moving Lord Terumoto is indeed a risking endeavor. What a conundrum. What do you think, Minister Ishida? If we wish to ensure Lord Hideyori's security, we must not move to Lord Terumoto so carelessly. However, Lord Terumoto's presence will become vital to achieving victory over Minister Tokugawa. So then, there we go. Mori Terumoto's march was not requested. That is the factual history. Let us not go through with this plan. If something were to happen to Lord Hideyori, I could never face the Lord Regent in the afterlife. You are being too idealistic. That's no way for a leader to think. If Kingo were to defect, know that I would give my life to protect you. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Hello people, hello! Salutations! You need only to focus on taking your post as our commander. Thank you, Minister Otani. I seem to always be in your debt. We will face the coming battle with the forces at hand. We will not call on Osaka to send reinforcements. Are we clear? Understood. We shall take down Minister Tokugawa ourselves. Very well, as you command. Mitsunari and his collaborators rallied the Western Army officers and set out to attack Fushimi Castle, which was defended by a meager force under the command of Torii Mototada. News of the army that Ishida Mitsunari had raised in Omi would take some time to reach Ieyasu, who was on a campaign to subjugate the Uesugi. Here we go. So, just to put us all in the same page, Fushimi is right here in the capital. Osaka is right here. Sawayama is right here. That's where Mitsunari is. Okay. So just so that everyone knows what's going on. And now, Ieyasu marched out of Kyoto and is going all the way to Uesugi lands to punish them. But yeah. Let us continue. Nice, we got the system reform. I don't think we need to change anything. We don't need to change anything. Oh, there we go. This is sad. Gracia. Okay, I never know how to pronounce her name. I've heard people pronounce her name Gracia in English, but I know in Japanese they call her Garasha. So I don't know which pronunciation to go for. I guess I'll call her the Japanese way, Garasha. Following the customs of the time, Ishida Mitsunari took the wife and children of the opposing Eastern Army as hostages. However, his actions did not bring about the results he might have hoped for. For one, the wife and children of Kuroda Josui had escaped his clutches. But what transpired elsewhere was far more gut-wrenching. So, Hosokawa Garasha, she was formerly known as Akechi Tama. She was the daughter of Akechi Mitsuhide, who betrayed Oda Nobunaga. She was a devout Christian. That's why she changed her name to Garasha. She was baptized. But she was married to Hosokawa Tadaoki. Hosokawa Tadaoki being, right now, loyal to Tokugawa Ieyasu. Yeah. I am a woman of the Hosokawa and a member of the samurai class. I shall act as such. Everyone, make your escape. Garasha was the wife of Hosokawa Tadaoki, and also known as a devout Christian. Sus. And still, I am a woman of God. If I am to die, it cannot be by my own hands. I ask you to set fire to the residence, then take my head. Yeah. So because committing suicide is against, is bad in Christianity, because you would go to hell, Garasha asked one of her servants to take her head instead. My lord in heaven, I shall soon be in your presence. So she did this to not fall as a hostage to the Toyotomi. She did not want to become a hostage, because that would inconvenience his husband, because his husband was siding with the Tokugawa. Her husband was siding with the Tokugawa. Father, although my body will soon be drenched in blood, know that my soul will be set free. Lord Tadaoki, please bring peace to this land. Garasha refused to fall into Mitsunari's hands and become a means to extort her husband. But as suicide was considered a sin in Christian doctrine, she had the servant set fire to the residence. She wrote her death poem and left this world. Eastern Army, Hosokawa Camp. Was your death not a mistake? Whatever the case, I'm sure you face it bravely, wife of mine. You will be avenged by my hands. Mitsunari, your death will not come peacefully. I will make you regret having ever been born. Already known for his volatile temper, Hosokawa Tadaoki was beyond infuriated when he heard what happened to his wife. It was then that he decided to give Tokugawa Ieyasu and his Eastern Army his full cooperation. Mitsunari was criticized by both the Eastern and Western armies for his actions, and forced to cease any more taking of hostages. Oh, another cutscene. Siege of Fushimi Castle. Ah, there we go. In opposition to Tokugawa Ieyasu subjugating the Uesugi clan, Ishida Mitsunari raised an army with Mori Terumoto as its general. The soldiers of the West were prepared to raise their blades against Ieyasu's eastern warriors. Those traitors! Not only do they disparage our Lord's Regent's dying wish, they dare threaten the legacy of the Toyotomi clan. I will see them punished in the name of Lord Hideyori. Mitsunari led the massive force of the Western Army to attack Fushimi Castle. Defended by chief retainer Torii Mototada, Fushimi was a fortress of the strategic importance near the capital. Mototada's courage would see him praised through the generations as a paragon of a Mikawa warrior. Weak! You are all weak! Is there no one who can stand against me? You fight well for your age. I'll answer your challenge. Ha! You have spirit, I'll give you that. I would hear your name. I am Saika Magoichi, leader of the Saika tribe, in this case the third Saika Magoichi. His brother Suzuki Shigehide was also called Saika Magoichi while on the job, and their father, Suzuki Sadayu, was also known as Saika Magoichi. It was basically like a mercenary name that they had on the job. But yeah. I am Saika Magoichi, leader of the Saika tribe. Your death will be the first step towards my tribe's revival. So it is kind of funny that he wants to revive his tribe by fighting on the side of the Toyotomi, which the Toyotomi is the reason why the Suzuki clan fell down. Because the Suzuki clan was very much against Nobunaga, and because they were very much against Nobunaga, Hideyoshi didn't like them very much. Saika Magoichi, you once repelled Lord Nobunaga with your muskets, yes? Technically, that was his father, Sadayu, Suzuki Sadayu, but, they all use the name Saika Magoichi. That's the whole point of using the same name. is that it creates this illusion of immortality. Hattori Hanzo did the same thing. Every single leader of the Iga clan was called Hattori Hanzo. Saikamago Ichi, you once repelled Lord Nobunaga with your muskets, yes? You should make a fine opponent. I thank you, my lord, for granting me an honorable death. Although Torimo Totada defended Fushimi Castle well with his meager force, he still met his end in that duel. The battle is still remembered to this day for its gruesome savagery. I think if I remember correctly, apparently, I don't quote me on this, I might be wrong, but apparently the castle was only breached once there was only 10 defenders inside. But despite Mototada's valiant efforts, the Western army overran Fushimi Castle through sheer numbers in the end. The world that Ieyasu had hoped to shape reverberated with the victory cries of the Western army. Torimo Totada was super loyal to Tokugawa Ieyasu because Torimo Totada was a childhood friend of Ieyasu's. Bam. There we go. Fushimi Castle has fallen. Ieyasu turns the tide. Hearing that Mitsunari was raising an army, Ieyasu held a council in Oyama. As you are all surely aware, Mitsunari is rallying a force against me. I have no intention of going quietly, but I understand that some of you may have families in the capital. This being the case, I will not demand your allegiance. Any who wish to side with Mitsunari are free to leave. The veteran generals of the Uesugi campaign fell silent, as though daring one another to break faith. In the end, it was Fukushima Masanori, noted as one of the fiercest of the Toyotomi's retainers, who was first to speak. As a warrior who permits family to distract him from his duties, shames himself and his descendants alike. No, never mind. A warrior who permits family to distract him from his duty, shames himself and his descendants alike. Mitsunari is a snake who conspires to lead Lord Hideyori astray. If I must give up my wife and children to stand against him, so be it! With the tension broken, the rest of the generals followed suit in swearing loyalty to Ieyasu. I am decided. I will take that scoundrel Mitsunari's head with my own two hands. As I am, Minister Tokugawa, I cast my lot with you. The rush of support was not as organic as it seemed. Kuroda Nagamasa had already visited Fukushima Masanori on Ieyasu's orders, and persuaded him to pledge his support. Also, by the way, yes, Kuroda Nagamasa's helmet was indeed like that. The shovel. It wasn't... Okay, it's not supposed to be a shovel. It's supposed to be the slope of a mountain, but I like to call it the shovel. Yes, that was what his helmet was actually like. This is historically accurate. In fact, every single helmet we've seen so far is historically accurate. From Nagamasa, from Masanori, from Ieyasu, from Tadaoki. They're all historically accurate. They're like in museums, you can watch them. Yeah. Some officers did leave Ieyasu's camp, Sanada Masayuki among them, but the scheme ensured that most remained as he began his march west. Okay, when it comes to Sanada Masayuki, well, you'll see. The Eastern Army's first target was Gifu Castle. Some daimyo dispatched men in its defense, but others were content to hand it to Ieyasu, to serve as a base of operations. As Ieyasu continued to manage his officers, he commanded his heir, Hidetada, to join him in striking down Mitsunari. The stage was set for one last decisive battle. Garasha dies. Torimo Totada dies. Toyotomi clan occupies Fushimi Castle. Fushimi Castle has fallen, we know that. Alright. Oh, another one. Inubushi Party. After hearing that Mitsunari was raising an army, Ieyasu decided to hold council in Oyama, where he had set up camp. Although many officers had been unsure of what course of action to take, they declared their allegiance to the Eastern Army one by one. But there was one outlier. That night, Sanada Army camp. Father, are you planning to side with the Civil Second Aid? Yes. The way I see it, joining the Minister of the Interior would benefit us less. But I do not see how Minister Ishida can win this war. It is my duty to see that he does. This is coming from my wife as well. We do not mean it as an insult, but please ally with Minister Tokugawa. By the way, Nobuyuki's wife was Honda Komatsu, also known as Ina Hime. Ina, or Honda Komatsu, was the daughter of Honda Tadakatsu, who was one of the most loyal of the generals of Tokugawa Ieyasu. Honda Tadakatsu was known as one of the 4 heavenly kings of the Tokugawa. So yeah, as you can imagine, it makes sense that Komatsu, being the daughter of one of the most loyal generals of Ieyasu, of course she would also convince Nobuyuki to side with the Tokugawa. But yeah, I will not be indebted to the Honda. Besides, Nobuyuki, do you not see that this is our last chance to bring the lands under our rule? With all due respect, father, your way of thinking belongs to the past. You are nothing if not bold. Very well. I suppose your siding with Minister Tokugawa would help guarantee the continuation of our bloodline. Yukimura, you haven't said a word. What will you do? You need not entertain my whim simply because I am your father. So it's kinda interesting. The game really is calling him Sanada Yukimura, even though I put the option for the game to call them all by their historical names. Sanada Yukimura's historical name is Sanada Nobushige. Yukimura is a name he was given later, posthumously. You know, during the Edo period, during the time he was very romanticized. But, well, I guess I still go with Yukimura instead of Nobushige. I will support father's cause. I see. A fire burns with you, doesn't it, Yukimura? Yes, we must take this opportunity to show the world our strength. Then it's decided. We'll head back to Ueda tomorrow. For now, let us rest. Yukimura, forgive me, but you must watch over father for me. Yes, of course. I'll clean things up once the war is over. I will not allow either of your fathers to die, understand? I'm glad to hear it, but brother, what is it? It's nothing. Just don't underestimate father. He may act brashly at times, but there is no other warrior in this nation who can match his intellect. Is that so? He had me fooled. Perhaps I had no reason to worry. You know, Yukimura, you grow more and more like father by the day. The Inubashi parting was a separation that saw Sanada Masayuki join the Western Army, and his son Nobuyuki, the Eastern Army. No matter which side emerged the victor, the Sanada clan would be preserved. One might presume that this was their motive, but it remains unclear what Masayuki's true intentions really were. Yep, there we go. Because Nobuyuki siding with the Tokugawa, and both Masayuki and Yukimura siding with the Toyotomi, no matter which side wins, the Sanada clan will always remain. And that worked in their favor. That actually worked. It was a plan that was successful. Sanada Nobuyuki becomes affiliated with the Tokugawa clan. Tokugawa clan occupies Numata Castle. There we go. Hello, Nobuyuki. Let me just, there we go. Numata Castle was the one Nobuyuki was. Ah, there we go. Nice. He's already controlling it and everything. Kind of want to send a super. Been a while since I sent one. You don't have to. Don't worry. Let's see. I'm still very not used to receiving super. Still feels a bit weird to me. Let's see, there we go. Especially since these days I haven't been streaming as much. I feel like I don't deserve it. Though I have been very busy as of late. I have so many goddamn deadlines. So many deadlines. But yeah, I'm enjoying the course though. For your channel and future endeavors. After Ishida Mitsunari and his western army occupied Fushimi Castle, soldiers were deployed to various regions. Very well. Yeah, I'm doing good, I think. I had a 98.5% grade on my Chinese test. So, I'm doing fine. Otani Yoshitsugu returned to his homeland of Echizen, Tsuruga, to persuade the warriors of Hokuriku to join the Western Army. Also, the then 10-year student debt. Oh no, don't worry, I don't have any debts. I've been saving money since I was a kid for university. So I technically already have everything I need to pay all my years in university. So I won't have any debts, don't worry. Besides, it's not as expensive as the United States. Otani Yoshitsugu returned to his homeland of Echizen Tsuruga to persuade the warriors of Hokuriku to join the Western Army. As many warriors of Kaga and Echizen began joining the Western Army, Maeda Toshinaga of the Eastern Army marched his soldiers from Kanazawa. They attacked the Western Army's Daishoji Castle and then advanced all the way to Echizen. Minister Otani, it appears the Maeda forces are approaching. We have only 6,000 soldiers on hand. I fear we are no match for an army of their size. Perhaps it's time. Spread rumors throughout the Maeda camps. Also, by the way, randomness. I learned something interesting this week in one of my classes. So I always wondered. You said that Mandarin is your native tongue, isn't it? But you live in Malaysia, right? That was right? Because so recently, now everything makes sense now. You know, I was learning about like Southeast Asia in my geography class, in my Geography of Asia class, and our teacher talked us about how there was a period in the 20th century where there was like a big migration of Chinese people to Southeast Asia, and Malaysia is one of the countries in Southeast Asia where there's a big concentration of ethnic Chinese people, like 35% or something like that. And suddenly it all makes sense. Oh, that's why. And that's why in Singapore there's like a lot of Singapore is mostly ethnic Chinese people as well. Suddenly everything started clicking when the teachers told me that, told us that in class. Perhaps it's time. Spread rumors throughout the Maeda camps. Falsehoods alone will soon be found out, so mix in one truth for every 10 lies. Maeda camp. Lord Toshinaga, there is a word that the Uesugi have occupied Echigo. The remaining forces have surged into Kaga. Yep, that's what happened. Japanese invaded and we all ran. That makes a lot of sense. Everything just clicks. It all started clicking. Again, I'm enjoying a lot. I'm learning a lot about Asia in this course. I mean, it's Asian studies, of course. If I wasn't learning about Asia in Asian studies, that would be a problem. But it's been very, very fascinating to learn about the cultures, the languages, the politics, the history, the geography, and all aspects of Asia. It's been super, super fascinating. What? Are you certain this is true? We must pull back and head to Kaga at once. Some brought here by the British, but there were also some from World War II. There is more Lord Toshinaga. Otani forces are apparently headed for Kanazawa by sea. Lord Toshinaga, this is urgent! It's one thing after another. Which of these reports is true? Yoshitsugu's profusion of false information effectively confused the Maeda army. Worried that the headquarters of Kanazawa would come under attack, Toshinaga decided to pull back. The army headed north on a path that drew near Komatsu Castle. But Niwa Nagashige would not turn a blind eye to those soldiers marching through the narrow paths of his land. They are fools to think they could pass through Asai Nawate. We shall ambush them at once. Gah! It's a damn Niwa. The soft ground is slowing our advance. While the Niwa didn't exit the fierce battle in Asai Nawate without their fair share of casualties, they managed to deal a significant blow to the Maeda forces. Their attempt to confine Toshinaga within Kanazawa was a success. Otani Yoshitsugu's strategy, together with the aggressive effort of Niwa Nagashide, gave the Western Army in Hokuriku a clear advantage. Yoshitsugu would next turn his attention to Ogaki Castle in Mino. Fighting in rice fields, a great strategy. Oh, here we go. Damn, it's like a cutscene after another one. Like, welcome to the Sekigahara campaign. In a bid to cement their control of the capital, the Western Army dispatched a large force to Tango, the domain of the Hosokawa, who had sided with the Eastern Army. Welcome to the rice fields, motherfucker! My late granddad from my father's side is specifically one such person that escaped by sea. I got to know one of my classmates that I got to know from my class is half Taiwanese, and she told me the story. She told me some stories from like her family. Apparently, her grandmother used to live in Nanking, which, yeah, you know, she was there apparently when that happened. You know what I mean? A certain massacre. So her grandmother used to tell her stories about the things that she saw. It was horrible. Yeah, exactly, that one. In a bid to cement their control of the capital, the Western Army dispatched a large force to Tango, the domain of the Hosokawa, who had sided with the Eastern Army. Every massacre is horrible, yep. It's called a massacre for a reason, after all. Tadaoki, the head of the Hosokawa clan, had devoted his main force to the Aizu campaign, leaving Tango relatively undefended. His father, Yusai, had stayed behind and taken up position in Tanabe Castle with a mere 500 men. You must flee, my lord. I will hold the castle. Forgive me, Jaco. I had hoped never to make you hold a spear. But I would be a poor worried indeed if I fled my castle. Hosokawa Yusai had once studied poetry under the legendary... Which one is the family name here? What? Sanjonishi Saneki. Saneki Sanjonishi. I don't know which one it is. Whose valuable teachings he had inherited. Fearing what secrets might be lost with his death, the imperial court hastened to action. Prince Hashijo, who was a student of his, dispatched a messenger urging him to surrender the castle on amiable terms, but he refused. If the castle falls, I am prepared to go with it. Deliver this to Prince Hachijo in my stead. It will certify him as my successor. But my lord, his education is incomplete. If you should fall, your secrets will die with you. Then that will be the price I pay for my failings. But a true samurai does not avoid facing his foe. Would you deny an old man of his last moment of glory? Yusai made his peace with death and settled in for a siege. The confrontation dragged on for 2 months and only grew more brutal with time. His resolve ultimately proved futile, as the imperial command came for him to surrender the castle. Even he could not defy the emperor's decree. Yet his efforts forced the Western Army to devote tens of thousands of men to the siege of Tanabe, which would prove crucial in the battle to come. Kinda crazy that Yusai is still alive. Yusai was here during the time of Nobunaga. He outlived Mitsuhide, Nobunaga, and Yoshiaki. Tokugawa Ieyasu proposed a simple strategy to conquer Aizu. The Tokugawa would advance from the south, while the daimyo of O would came from the north, trapping the Uesugi in a pincer maneuver. Mogami Yoshiaki, leader of the O Alliance forces, summoned the Date and other daimyo and prepared to march on Uesugi lands. But on hearing that Mishida Mitsunari was raising an army in the capital, Ieyasu halted his forces in Edo Castle. Minister Tokugawa will no longer march on Aizu, and so long as the Uesugi do not attack him, we Date have no quarrel with you. Then it is clear what we must do. Indeed, our relations with the Mogami were always strained at best. Strike where you wish. He still, even though they're allies, he just doesn't care about his uncle. A few days later, Yonezawa Castle. What news, Lord Kagekatsu? The Date say that they have no quarrel with us, so long as we have none with Minister Tokugawa. Then I suppose there will be no chance for us to stab Ieyasu in the back. A shame. Satake too remains still. We cannot strike at them. But with the immediate danger past, now is the perfect time to attack the Mogami. Yes, that ought to give Mitsunari more freedom. Once we have taken Yamagata, we will move to recapture Echigo. And with the Date and the Satake and the O Alliance back in the fold, we can bring the battle to Minister Tokugawa. Let's make haste and attack the Mogami! On hearing that Tokugawa forces were marching back west, the Uesugi launched an attack on the Mogami. 30,000 Uesugi troops tore through the Mogami lands until they reached Hasedo Castle, just a stone's throw from the Mogami stronghold of Yamagata. Uesugi Army Camp. Lord Kanetsugu, I bear a message from Lord Ishida. The same letter has been sent to Lord Kagekatsu. A letter from Minister Ishida, eh? What could this be about? To Lord Uesugi Kagekatsu. As you are no doubt aware, I am assembling an army under the command of Lord Mori Terumoto to strike down Minister Tokugawa. I write to you to humbly beg for your support in this endeavor. Minister Tokugawa's power is great, and all daimyo must stand together if we are to oppose him. Wait. What is on his helmet? You mean Naoe Kanetsugu's helmet? The kanji character that's on Naoe Kanetsugu's helmet is the character for love. I love. Yeah. Fighting in war with love. I actually don't know why love. I think there is a story behind it. But I don't know the story. I need to look it up. Oh, here's something to keep you going. Keep on working towards your dreams. Ganbatte. Also good luck for NN. Thank you, Randomness. Thank you. I appreciate it. I've been feeling really bad about, having really not being very productive for my channel as of late because of my classes. I've been trying to do some editing here and there, but I really can't because I have so many goddamn deadlines. Whenever I find time to relax, all I do to relax is basically add VTubers to Nobunaga's ambition to prepare for those future streams that I have planned. That's literally all I did. Wait, Dirmo Witch is on our side on NNN? You mean Non-Stop Nut November? Hell yeah, Risu! All the way, I love nuts. Big nuts, small nuts, tasty nuts. Nuts are tasty, yeah. But yeah. I'll probably have more time once the semester ends. Once I'm done with like all my exams. It will be much easier to go back. I have like so many videos half finished, I swear. And the whole New Year Cup is coming too, so that's another thing I have to do. And I'm probably gonna have to prioritize making a video on the whole New Year Cup, because that one, if I don't do that one fast enough, that one will just go away. So, but I'm excited. The whole New Year Cup is coming. Very exciting. Yeah. Minister Tokugawa's power is great, and all the daimyo must stand together if we are to oppose him. Non-stop Nina November. I implore you to join forces with Adate and Asatake and march upon his stronghold in Hedo. So we would have a strike Minister Tokugawa on his own ground. It is an onerous task he sets for us. We'd best hasten to fell the Mogami and bring the rest to heel. We're also almost done with the historical campaigns of Nobunaga's ambition. After we're done with the historical campaigns on Nobunaga's ambition, we'll go back to playing Yakuza. Because I really, really miss Yakuza. I really, really miss it. So yeah. Because I'm not gonna do the VTuber Nobunaga ambitions campaigns until I finish adding at least 300 VTubers into the game. At least 300. I have added 182 so far. I've been adding a lot of Nishi-Sanji members as of late. I'm a bit more than halfway done, but I still need a lot more VTubers to be added into the game. Only when I add at least minimum 300, that's when I will, okay, let's do the VTuber campaigns now on Nobunaga's ambition. Until then, we'll just keep playing other games on stream. That is the plan. But I'm doing it steadily whenever I find the time to, because I find it very relaxing to do. Because it allows me to also, look up more VTubers, which is nice, allows me to keep in touch with sometimes certain sides of the community that I wasn't as aware of. Like, because I've been adding a lot of Nishi-Sanji JP members, I've been discovering a lot about Nishi-Sanji JP. There were some members I already knew about, and I ended up deepening my knowledge of them as a result. And there are some members that I didn't know that much about, and now that I like a lot. One example is Koyakana. I love Koyakana. She legit became one of my favorite Nishi-Sanji members ever. She's so goddamn smart. She's really smart. Like, so she's a medical professional, like actually IRL. So her character is a nurse, but IRL, she is a medical professional, and she studies medicine. And on stream, she passes a lot of her medical knowledge on stream. And I think there was this one time where there were, exams in Japan coming up, and she decided to basically have streams going on like math and stuff, like math and sciences, to help people prepare for the exams and all that. It's super cool. And again, she's just overall very smart. She knows a lot about a lot of things, like sciences, biology, math. She's really good at math, medicine, even space. Like, she's really, really smart. And she's like a very energetic extrovert as well. Very likable. And has really nice tete moments with Shirayuki Tomoe. But yeah. Sanada clan had common letter Yuki, like Masayuki, Nobuyuki, and Yukitaka. Technically in kanji letter. Yeah. It's a common thing that they do a lot in a lot of clans. Having that one letter. For example, you have the example of Nobu in the Oda clan, Nobusada, Oda Nobusada, Oda Nobuhide, Oda Nobunaga, Oda Nobukatsu, Oda Nobutoki, Oda Nobutaka, a lot of Nobus. Or same thing with the Uji in the Hojo clan, Hojo Ujiyasu, Hojo Ujitsuna, Hojo Ujimasa, Hojo Ujinao, Hojo Ujiteru, a lot of Hojos. Or sometimes the Hisa in the Shimazu clan, Toyo Hisa, Yoshi Hisa, and the other Hisas. Ie Hisa. It's kind of fun. The Eastern Army suspended its conquests of the Uesugi and marched west through Tokaido to confront Ishida Mitsunari. Its first roadblock was Gifu Castle in Mino. The castle was occupied by Oda Hidenobu, the grandson of Oda Nobunaga. Allied with Mitsunari, he sought to allay the Eastern Army. By the way, Hidenobu is the son of Oda Nobutada, who is Nobutada was the eldest son of Nobunaga. Hidenobu his name is a mix between Hideyoshi's Hide and Nobunaga's Nobu, because again, Hideyoshi technically adopted Hidenobu for himself to gain legitimacy for his own rule. So this was a very strategic naming for him. The Eastern Army's vanguard, consisting of loyal vassals of the Toyotomi under Ikeda Terumasa and Fukushima Masanori, split into two forces upstream and downstream of the Kisogawa River. Smart move, yep. Hideyoshi, he was really goddamn smart. Upstream the Kisogawa, Ikeda encampment. Lord Terumasa, the Oda musketeers are firing on us from the far shore. What is your command? Then it is time. Cross the river and advance it on the castle. But, oh, that's a typo. But is that wise? Were we not supposed to wait until Lord Masanori crossed the downriver? Okay. If anyone that works on this game is watching, here's a typo. I found another one. I'm saying this because I know that with every update to Nobunaga's ambition, they correct typos. So here's another one. Were we not supposed to wait until Lord Masanori crossed downriver? Those were our orders, yes. If we wait, Masanori will be first to the fray. I will not allow him to take our glory. We shall take the castle ourselves. Downstream the Kisogawa, Fukushima encampment. Lord Terumasa has crossed the river. But he swore to wait for our crossing. He was to wait on our smoke signal. He broke his oath and ran ahead. Curse you, Terumasa! You are right to be outraged. But first we must face Mitsunari's lackeys. After that, we may settle our score with Terumasa. Robbed of being first to the fray, Masanori spurred his army onto Gifu Castle, seething all the while. This wouldn't be the first time it would seethe from not being the first. After the Battle of Sekigahara, Ieyasu forced Nobuyuki to throw away the kanji Yuki, so Nobushige changed his name Yukimura, including Yuki for Sanada clan prestige. Oh, I see. I see. Okay, that is interesting. I didn't know about that. That is very cool, actually. A great way to show enmity. But where was I? Alright. The more you know, hell yeah. I love learning more. The combined forces of the Ikeda and the Fukushima took the fortress within days, though the incident left a permanent rift between them. The victory of Toyotomi generals belonging to the Eastern Army quickly made its way to Ieyasu in Edo. To think that the Ikeda and the Fukushima would take the castle so quickly! Our battle with Mitsunari is in sight! Splendid news! We must ride out forthwith. The Tokugawa must not allow the Toyotomi's old vassals to take all the glory. Kan Masazumi! We will give Mitsunari his last rites! On hearing of the fall of Gifu Castle, Ieyasu struck out, at last, from Edo. The final battle was drawing ever closer. Here we go. Let me just increase the audio a bit. I know we're almost there. Oda clan is annihilated and affiliated officers are added to the Tokugawa clan. Oda Hidenobu is dismissed. Here we go. We have conquered Mino! Mino is ours! Hi. What a clusterfuck this is. Alright, ooh, we have all this territory now. I'm just gonna do auto points. Wait, I can't? Never mind. Let's see, we go and get this. Alright. I don't have any officers to put here. Oh, I do have some. Hidetada, Miura, Anjin. At the same time, I kinda don't want to change anything. I'll keep it as is. It's fine, but I doubt the AI will attack me anyways. Because I am way too big. Oh, here we go. Okay, not yet. Siege of Otsu Castle. The Western Army, having toppled Fushimi Castle, were now headed for Hokuriku and Tokai. Kyogoku Takatsugu had originally planned to join the Western Army's efforts in Hokuriku. However, he suddenly decided to remain at his residence, Otsu Castle, and sided with the Eastern Army. The Western Army immediately sent soldiers to attack Otsu Castle. Among them was Tachibana Muneshige, better known as the Western Titan. Lord Takatsugu, we have absolutely no chance at victory. We are vastly outnumbered by the troops marching our way. We must surrender at once. Are those the wishes of my sister-in-law? Hatsu, listen to me. I do not have faith in the skills of Minister Ishida. With the death of the regent, there is no one to rule the lands other than the Minister of the Interior. It is time for us to swim against the tides as well. Besides, the Western Ace, Lord Tachibana, has set up camp in the castle town. This is a prime opportunity to prove my true strength to the world. You have nothing, you have no strength to prove. What nonsense! Discard your pride and surrender. Ridiculed as the Firefly Daimyo, Takatsugu was considered a mediocre warrior at best. However, this did not deter him from braving a fierce battle. The Western Army advanced to the castle citadel, yet still he refused to surrender. Though the enemy's army was 5 times the size of his, he made a valiant effort to keep them at bay. But then, the bombardment began and the castle's defenses fell into disorder. At last, Takatsugu accepted his inevitable defeat and surrendered. This was a reckless attempt from the very beginning. I will accept whatever punishment you would give me. I only beg you to spare the castle soldiers and my wife. Worry not. The soldiers and your wife will remain safe. You have my word as a Tachibana. After all, you've impressed me. I was told you were the Firefly Daimyo, but as it turns out, nothing could have been further from the truth. Please, tell that to my wife. Afterwards, Takatsugu would shave his head, signifying his entry to priesthood, and was sent to Koyasan. Muneshige and the Western Army had subjugated Otsu Castle, launching the battle which would settle the fate of the nation. And Takatsugu, having successfully interfered with Muneshige's advancement, had a great impact on the conclusion of that battle. Here we go. Oh, never mind, not yet. The Western Army had taken Fushimi Castle, and the remaining soldiers were sent to march on Ise. Their targets were Wakabe Mitsuyoshi in Ise Ueno Castle, and Furuta Shigekatsu in Matsusaka Castle, and Tomita Nobutaka in Anotsu Castle. The 3 warriors who had participated in the subjugation of Aizu realized the approaching danger and retreated to Ise. They were to join forces and drive off the Western Army at Anotsu Castle. However, the Western Army was led by Mori Hidemoto and Hiroye Kikawa Hiroye, boasting a soldier count of over 30,000. On the other side stood the Tomita, with not even 2,000. Early in the morning, the Mori forces attacked the castle head-on, and took the citadel almost immediately. We're completely surrounded, and there is still no sign of reinforcements. Lord Nobutaka, the Western Army is already taking Ise Bay. I'm afraid there is no hope of reinforcements for us. So this castle will be our deathbed, it seems. I spotted the castle lord! Tomita Nobutaka, your head is mine! So soon. Nobutaka, surrounded by the soldiers of the Western Army, had come to terms with his fate. At that very moment, however, they began to fall one by one. Soldier after soldier fell victim to the spear of a single young warrior who massacred the Western Army. Who has come to save me? Tell me your name so I may declare my gratitude. Did Lord Mitsuyoshi send you? Your slender frame bellies your astounding skill. Might I see your face? Lord Nobutaka, I am pleased to find you unharmed. I fear the enemy had already gotten to you. But it's you, my wife. I have been saved by my own wife? There exists an account in military records of a woman who fought on the battlefield. However, the victory had been determined by numbers. Despite the brave deeds of Nobutaka's wife, Anotsu Castle would be surrendered. Afterwards, Nobutaka would go to Koyasan and join the priesthood. After taking Anotsu Castle, the Mori forces would continue to conquer the Eastern Army strongholds, with Ise Ueno Castle and Matsusaka Castle the next to fall. The front of the Western Army spread further into the east. People are fighting all over the country. The second Battle of Ueda. Here we go, the second Battle of Ueda. Woo. So, Ieyasu is marching to the capital. Meanwhile, his son goes to another route. Upon learning that Mitsunari was raising an army, Tokugawa Ieyasu postponed his conquest of Aizu and told his second son, Yuki Hideyasu, to stop at Utsunomiya and hold off the Uesugi advance. He also ordered Tokugawa Hidetada to head east along the Nakasendo Highway and suppress Sanada Masayuki and the officers of the Western Army on the way. As the Tokugawa's main force, comprising of the soldiers of Sakakibara Yasumasa and Honda Masanobu, were with Hidetada rather than Ieyasu, Hidetada prepared to face off against Mitsunari. If we are to cross blades with anyone of the Nakasendo, it will surely be those of the Sanada. The Tokugawa have toppled Ueda before, and I shall conquer it this time myself. And my talent shall be made known to all. The time has come. I, Hidetada, will be the new wind at the Tokugawa's back. With near limitless resources at his disposal, Hidetada chose to blockade Ueda Castle and wait for the Sanada to surrender rather than to launch a direct assault. However, an express messenger sent by Ieyasu arrived soon after. Have the Sanada yet to surrender? The obstinate bastards! Still, they'll surely give up after 3 months. Lord Hidetada, a letter has arrived from your father. He says to suspend your assault on the Sanada and hurry west. Are you serious, Masanobu? We're on the verge of toppling Ueda. Does he mean for us to simply leave the Sanada here? Your father is already heading west through the Tokaido. Perhaps a battle with Mitsunari is imminent. This won't do. I'd never hear the end of it if I were late to the battle. Still, our enemy is Sanada, the strategist. We cannot simply turn our backs and leave. What should I do? Hidetada decided to stay and face Masayuki. That's what he did historically. Faced with our full might, a castle as piddling as Ueda will fall quickly enough. I shall head west after the job is done. But our enemy is the matchless tactician, Sanada Masayuki. I doubt we will fall as easily as that. The Sanada army soldiers sent out to intercept the siege found themselves substantially outnumbered and were immediately forced back inside the castle. Strength lies in numbers. Now we'll follow them right into the castle. Sanada army camp. Yes, I imagine that's what he's thinking right now. That callow amateur will learn that a well-devised plan can rend even the most colossal force asunder. It had been Sanada Masayuki's intention from the beginning to lure the huge army into a choke point, just like he did that in his first siege. Their formation in a disarray as they flooded into the narrow roads of the castle town, the Tokugawa army fell further into pandemonium when the Sanada army ambushed them with precision musket fire. The battle delayed Hidetada's march, and he never managed to rendezvous with his father Ieyasu. In the end, it was not the valor of the young Hidetada that was showcased to the world, but rather the tactical brilliance of Masayuki and the might of the Sanada. Yep, and Hidetada arrived late. Toyotomi clan occupies Omi Hachiman Castle. Toyotomi clan occupies Sakamoto Castle. Tomita clan becomes a vassal of the Toyotomi clan. Oh! Oshu trembles. Allied with the Date clan, the Uesugi had invaded Dewa territory. Their incessant onslaught led them all the way to Hasedo Castle, not far from the Mogami headquarters of Yamagata. Ishida Mitsunari had requested that the Uesugi rally the various officers of O and attack Edo. This battle against the Mogami was the first step in that campaign. The officer in charge of the assault was senior retainer Naoe Kanetsugu. His army may have had the advantage, but a hint of concern still etched his face. There's still no word from Minister Ishida. Last I heard, Fushimi Castle had been occupied. But how has the battle developed since then? How will I manage to keep my promise concerning the attack on Edo? Mitsunari had been sending reports to Kanetsugu in secret, but their communication had been cut off for some time. The cause for this could be found in Ueda, Shinshu. Sanada Masayuki in Ueda was in charge of relaying their messages, but his efforts had been impeded by Tokugawa Hidetada's invasion. On the other hand, Date Masamune, who was friendly with the Tokugawa, had an excellent grasp on the conflict's particulars. After the Ishida defended Gifu Castle fell so quickly, the Minister of the Interior himself has decided to march. And the Minister wants me to sever my alliance with Uesugi and invade their territory, eh? Just so. Minister Tokugawa has also authorized the Date to claim ownership over any seized territory. So much land would make the Date one of the great daimyo. The territory could even grow larger than it was before the Lord Regent enacted his convocation. My lord, we must ingratiate ourselves with the Minister of the Interior and guarantee the Date's prosperity. Yes, I know what we must do. We should attack the Uesugi and have the Minister make the Date one of the great daimyo in return. We would still be in the Tokugawa's clutches. Still, a backwater daimyo family can only do so much to better their position. Joining the Uesugi to fight the Tokugawa would be much too reckless, but if the Date is to rule the nation, there is no other way. Once this conflict is settled, we will likely not get a second chance at supremacy. The time to choose is now. Should I aim for peace, or fulfill my own ambitions? Masamune's ambition was abandoned. Proceed with factual history. Abandoned. My father defended the Date with his life. I won't allow my caprice to destroy everything he's done. We will ally with Minister Tokugawa. My alliance with Kagekatsu ends now. Prepare to wage war against the Uesugi. Masamune decided to march against the Uesugi army, quickly dissolving the alliance between the two clans. That coward Date Masamune, we had an accord. Our plan was to attack Edo. Our plan to attack Edo is now ruined. I should never have trusted the Date. What comes next depends on the situation at Kamigata, but I still haven't received contact. What is happening out there? Mitsunari's plan to have the Date form the O alliance and attack Edo had come to naught when Masamune broke their agreement. The Date had made enemies of both the Mogami and the Uesugi, locking the three clans in a bloody stalemate at Hasedo Castle. They're fighting each other. It's a battle royale between three clans. Yeah. What a mess. The Date, the Mogami, and the Uesugi are fighting each other. Meanwhile, Ieyasu just uses this distraction to, march west. So what's this? Audio clan? Huh. But yeah. So Hidetada marched through the Nakasendo. He's sieging Ueda. He's supposed to go along this path over here, all the way, and meet with Ieyasu here. While Ieyasu, from Edo, marches all the way to Tokaido. All the way to the Tokaido. Over here as well. That's what they're supposed to do. But Ieyasu is already getting close, while Hidetada is still sieging Ueda Castle. So yeah, it is a mess. Let's see, how's situation over here? We still have territory over here, wow. Interesting. Meanwhile, I think if I remember correctly, while all of this happened, the game isn't telling us about it, but both Kato Kiyomasa and Kuroda Nagamasa are alone, fighting all of these Toyotomi loyalist clans. by themselves. Yeah. Muneshige is not here though. Muneshige is supposed to be in the front lines. The one who is taking control of his clan while he's away is his wife, well, former wife, Tachibana Ginshio. Yeah, and when it comes to the Shimazu clan, Shimazu Yoshihiro over here, he's also in the front lines. But yeah, here we go. The battle is now. Let's go.
未明に止んだ秋雨は早朝の冷気で濃霧と化し、戦場一帯に布陣する20万の大軍を覆い隠している。一寸の先すら判別できぬもやを見つめながら、石田三成は腰肩を解雇していた。太閤秀吉亡き後、天下を受け継ぐのは秀頼のはずだった。
Yeah, this is the climax.
大老として補佐すべき身にありながら、政務を独占し、豊臣政権内に与党を増やし続ける徳川家康に、奉行たる三成は危機感を抱く。だが、三成の苦衷は理解されない。誰よりお家大事を貫くがゆえに、その独善性は忌避され、多くの者が三成を離れ、むしろ家康を選んだ。徳川を倒さねば太閤殿下が築いた栄華は全て古狸に貪り尽くされてしまう。盟友大谷義継をいざない挙兵に及んだ三成の尊念は実にその一点にあった。大坂城を抑え秀頼という玉を握ると、あらん限りの軍勢を率い決戦の地にいた。思えば家康に加担し、このもやの向こうに陣を構える福島、黒田、細川ら諸侯とて三成と苦楽を共にした豊臣恩子の家臣。なぜ法家存亡の危機が分からぬ。散り残るもみじはことに愛おしき。秋の名残はこればかりとぞ。北国街道と中山道が交差するこの盆地は、かつて
関ヶ原
関が置かれたため関ヶ原とも呼ばれる。天下の行方をかけた一戦にふさわしき名を持つ地にて、家康とかつての仲間を倒し、天下をあるべき姿に戻さん。夜明けから一刻を経て、ようやく朝もやも薄らいできた頃、静寂を切り裂き、赤備えの陣馬が銃声とともに迫り来る。
Inauguration charges first.
三成の人生で最も長い一日が始まろうとしていた。
Inauguration is the first one to charge, followed by Fukushima Masanori. It was supposed to be Fukushima Masanori who was supposed to charge first in the battle, but Inauguration just decided to do it himself because he believed that no. This battle will decide the future of Japan. It needs to be a Tokugawa clan officer to charge first, not a former Toyotomi officer. Eastern Army Camp. Reporting! Ishida Mitsunari soldiers have marched from Okaki Castle. It would seem they are headed for Sekigahara. Well now, you would dare challenge me to open battle? Seems Mitsunari has chosen to settle things here. Tadayoshi, Naomasa, you are to lead the vanguard. Ravage them without relent. Understood, father. Leave it to us. The Tokugawa would lose face if the vanguard were filled with Toyotomi sympathizers after all. This battle will determine the fate of the nation. You must not falter. The Tokugawa continued laying the groundwork in their bid to unify the nation. All that remained was to destroy Mitsunari's resistance. Who would determine the nation's fate? Ieyasu or Mitsunari? The final battle was set to begin. Here we go! Sekigahara! As expected, the Ishida faction has been drawn into Sekigahara. Now we just need to put them down. Oh, that's a big, holy shit, that's a big one. There's 12 units on my side and 14 on their side. That's like the biggest battle in the entire game for real. Usually the maximum amount is 8. Oh, and they're actually mimicking like the proper positions of the battle, like, you know, with the Mori and the Kikawa over here. That's so cool. It's like a complete custom battle. And this is the Kobayakawa unit with this 15,000. Yeah! Oh, this is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be awesome. Ukita Hideye. Okay, let's see all the people. So, on our side, the Tokugawa side, we are... Isn't you played this game a million times? This is the first time I do this battle. It's the first time I do this battle. I'm seeing this blind right now. But it's really cool how they're actually mimicking how the battle is actually supposed to look. You know, with the positions and everything. I love it. So on our side, obviously we have Tokugawa Ieyasu, you know, it's us. Honda Tadakatsu, protecting him directly. We have Todo Takatora. He's an old Azai vassal, when they're becoming loyal to the Tokugawa. You have Kyogoku Takamoto, Fushimi Masanori, a former Toyotomi vassal who now joined the Tokugawa. Ii Naomasa, a veteran Tokugawa officer. He is one of the 4 heavenly kings together with Tadakatsu. Tanaka Yoshimasa, Hosokawa Tadaoki, Matsudara Tadayoshi. He's one of the sons of Ieyasu. Kuroda Nagamasa, also a former Toyotomi vassal who became now loyal to the Tokugawa. Ikeda Terumasa, Yamauchi Kazutoyo. Ikeda Terumasa and Yamauchi Kazutoyo were stationed here to hold against the Mori over here, because the Mori were behind them, right? But as you'll see, the Mori wants to advance, but they will not be able to advance because the Kikawa will be in front, right? Same thing with the Chosokabe. The Chosokabe also want to advance, but they can't. The Kikawa don't allow them to pass because they're having lunch. Yes, that was the excuse. See, the Kikawa weren't exactly completely loyal to the Western Army. They see, Ieyasu had talks to a lot of people on the Western Army. So yeah, so Kikawa Hiroye refused to move because no, I'm having lunch now. You guys cannot pass. So because of that, it blocked the Mori army from participating into the battle. But yeah, so here we have Mori Hidemoto. Chosokabe Morichika is the second son of Motochika. Motochika is already dead by now, he's died of old age. The first son, Nobuchika, died during the Kyushu campaign. Kawahiroye. The change into Yukimura is still spurious now historically. Disputed now historically. Kobayakawa Hideaki is about to be very important. I want everyone to pay very close attention to this man. He's right here, this Kobayakawa Hideaki man. He's gonna be very important. Very, very important. You have Akaza Yoshie, Otani Yoshitsugu, the you know, one of the loyal vassals of loyal friends of Mitsunari. Otani Yoshiharu is the son of Yoshitsugu. Hiratsuka Tamehiro, Ukita Hideye, another one of the big pillars of the Western Army. Konishi Yukinaga, yet another one. Toda Katsushige, Shima Sakon, the strategist of Ishida Mitsunari, right here. And Shimazu Yoshihiro, now known Shimazu Ishin, but Yoshihiro is the name I usually know him by. So the Shimazu army also shouldn't move in this battle, because before the battle started, previously, Shimazu Yoshihiro suggested to Mitsunari that they performed a night raid on the Tokugawa army, right? However, Mitsunari did not agree with the night raid because he believed it would be a bit dishonorable to do a night raid, you know? And because of that, Yoshihiro felt a bit offended and decided, okay, basically Yoshihiro does not recognize Mitsunari as a proper commander. He does not have what it takes to be a good commander. And he decides to not obey any of his orders and just stays put in the battle. Until later on, where you'll see that when the Western army begins to lose, he will decide to retreat forwards. Yes, retreating forwards. It will be the Shimazu way of retreat. But yeah. The numbers are a bit low. The actual numbers of the battle are supposed to be around 80,000 on each side, except that the Western army has more. Anyways, let's do this. So, we should probably have Naomasa go first, and Masanori too. Because that's what happened historically. Yes, the Shimazu army retreated forwards. They charged right through the Tokugawa army. Yeah, that's the Shimazu way of retreat. The battle is lost. Okay, time to retreat. Charge. Most of their troops died in the charge, but they survived that. Yoshihiro survived. They managed to do it. They managed to retreat back to Satsuma. Shimazu Toyohisa died in that retreat, though. The Ishida have come to fight. They've taken a page out of the history books and staged the climatic battle at Sekigahara. The Ishida are forming up as if they intend to use the mountains to surround us. They must believe they've lured the Tokugawa into the middle of their encirclement. That Ishida Mitsunari is as green as they come. He can read the formations on the map, he can't read the people. The Mori forces, who he believes will attack first from behind, have already agreed not to fight us. And while Kobayakawa Hideaki is supposed to strike our flank, he will simply wait for the perfect opportunity to join our side. Yeah, that is because before the battle began, Ieyasu also had negotiations in secret with Kobayakawa Hideaki. That is because Kobayakawa Hideaki had previous grievances with Mitsunari. So Ieyasu is using that to his advantage. By promising him like lands and territory and rewards if he joins him. Because again, in the past, Kobayakawa Hideaki had lost territories because of Ishida Mitsunari. Again, Tokugawa is very shrewd. Ieyasu is very, very shrewd. Relying on the land advantage to win the battle without knowing who is behind you is utter folly. Now, what we have to do is make sure all these double crossers don't turn back against us. We must let any would-be enemies know how solid the Tokugawa lines truly are. Alright. Ikeda and Yamauchi, prepare for the Mori's breach. We don't really know what they are thinking. Oh, wait, we can't move? I wanna conquer this. It's a great point. Alright. They're protecting our main camp over here. Alright, let's see. Complete 2 targets. Occupy 4 key points. Defeat 4 enemy units. We have one here, we have one here, we have another here. They probably want us to take this as well now. Likely be the case. We'll keep Ieyasu here because that's what he's supposed to do, just observe. So it is Shimasako who is guarding the camp. It could be a trap. If only we could lure them away. Well, if he comes over here, it's gonna be pincer. But yeah, We have the minority in numbers. Also, keep in mind that Ieyasu was expecting his son, Hidetada, to come here and help join the battle. But Hidetada never arrives in time. So actually, Ieyasu is actually in a big danger of losing the battle. Yeah, Ukita Hideye has a lot of troops. Also, according to legend, the samurai, the Ronin, the very famous like swordsman, Miyamoto Musashi was supposedly fighting under the Ukita Hideye units in this battle, but supposedly he was only 16 years old at this time. But we don't know if he actually was present in this battle or if it's just a story. Alright, I'll let things move for now. We need to help out over there. Ah, let's go. Naoma says his red cavalry. Look at that. The Setsuno prefect will show this world what true valor looks like. The chief officers of the Ishida are Ukita and Konishi. If we defeat them, the entire force will falter. We can defeat them there over there. Naomasa's red cavalry is destroying the Konishi Ukinaga's stamina. We shall put Ukita Hideye in the ground. Wait. Come and get it. The Bizen minister will put you in your place. Now retreat. I want a pincer maneuver. You'll have to get past my position if we wish to proceed any further. Put pressure on the key points. The battle will turn in our favor. Odo Takatora. No. It's best. Actually, this might work out. Nice. Keep around fresh troops. We want to keep that key points. Actually, though. Let's see. Alright. Aim for Konishi Ukinaga. Do not let them get away. Alright. Do we have pincer? No, we don't. Odo Takatora is there. Minutes. Alright, you're in a better position now. That unit is faltering. We have that point though. There we go, that's what I want. Pincer them. Damn, I can't pincer them properly. That's a shame. Ah, here's our chance. Pincer the enemy over there. You can retreat over there. I think it was a bug, yes. A visual bug. Spear of the Dawn! There we go, we got Sakon Shima Sakon pincers. He should break now. Yep, oh yeah, it's happening again. It must be this location. There's probably something in the map there that does that visual bug. Zealous Valor! Nice, nice. Take down their stamina. They won't be able to hold forever though. There you go, now Masa, take them over there. I don't want to move Tarakatsu and Ieyasu though. Yeah, it might be something like that. There we go, get the point. We got it. The majority of the key points are occupied. We'll count that as a success. Alright, now Masa can go. We'll attack Konishu Kinaga from behind. Almost down. It always happens, gets super white. Almost there. Nice. A lot of their troops are exhausted, but I'm cycling my units. My lord, I could not open the path to victory. You have my sincerest apologies. There we go. Shima Sakon is dead. This battle will end in a Tokugawa victory. Or is it too early to tell? Kobayakawa's men are as opportunistic as ever. If they're pressured long enough, they'll turn on you. Dig in your heels, my tribesmen. This is where we stand strong. Ooh. The Western army is fortifying. Everything has been going well so far. Why does Kobayakawa Hideaki still not move? Kobayakawa is yet to raise his banner. He sits on Oyama, shifting neither east nor west. Send the main force forward. I want to put a little fear into Kingo. Historically, it was Masa who did that. So I'll do that. I'll have Masa do it, since it was him who did it historically. That's what we need to do now. Oh, wait. Get out of here. He's almost dead. Is stream lagging? Is it? Oh, it is. Wait, it is lagging. It is actually lagging. It's on my side. Let me pause it for a bit then. It's a shame in the VOD it will be interrupted, but at least if I can wait a bit. Okay, now it's green. It's green on my side. Okay, it's back. I think it should be back to normal. Yeah. It's all good now. It was just a hiccup on the internet. Should be fine now. Alright. Here we go. Let's hope Masa can get there fast enough. You need to rest. Nagamasa can approach. Oh, actually that is kind of dangerous. You can try a flanking maneuver. Back to normal. Good. He's got them bugged. There you go. Takatora can keep the enemy at bay there. Spear of the Dawn! Damn, we're exhausted already. Hang on just a little bit. Come on. There we are. Oh, wait. It's Tokugawa Ieyasu himself that needs to go there. Oh. Never mind. Okay. I got this wrong. We lost Masanori. I didn't look at Masanori, got him. Kuroda warrior. Stream is lagging again? Yeah, let me pause it a bit. Now, this time it's green on my side though. Yeah, it's green on my side though. This time around. Could be just a minor hiccup though. Come on, go there before they conquer that. Well, actually, I can attack them from behind. Over there. Going over there, that's not good. Ah, I got confused. No, we're gonna lose that. We need that key point. I will fight alongside Lord Otan and preserve my honor to the end. I will die without the slightest regrets. Oh, Lord Hiratsuka. We'll meet again soon. Wait for me on the other side. Oh, there we go. We killed one of them. Right, resist. This is a bit of a mess right now. This battle is being a bit of a mess now, but it's still going well though. It's still going well. We haven't committed Tarakatsu or Ieyasu yet, after all. There you go. It's ours again. Keen Spear Arts. There we go. Ieyasu was Tarakatsu was able to equalize things. Ah, I see. Right, because the Western Army got a lot of stats from that buff. They're fighting quite ferociously. There we go, another one down. There we go. This place will do fine. Muskets, ready arms. My lords, we're being fired upon by the Minister of the Interior's formation. I suppose that means we can no longer stand by. We're striking at the Minister of the Interior. The treacherous Ishida Mitsunari must die. Down we go. There we go. Now he joins us. Kobayakawa Hideaki and Akaza Yoshie has betrayed and joined the Eastern Army. There we go. They're now on our side, and this is what triggers the battle to be lost for the Western Army now. They've defected. Join Kobayakawa's unit and take down the Justice Minister Otani. There we go. You like the Tenma guide? I'm glad. I'm glad. Let's go, Kobayakawa! Go, Kingo! Wait, we want Naomasa to be the one to attack the Shimazu. That's the historically accurate. Alright. Osakawa Tadouki over here. The battle is pretty much won. These guys will not move. But I do want this. I'm pretty sure that everything will be fine over here. There we go. Yoshitsugu is confused. Ooh, well, that's going to be good. Ugh. That's the move I gave Pekora. Yeah, there we go. Konishu Kinage is as good as gone. Let's see, where is Naomasa? I want Naomasa to be the one to fight the Shimazu. We cannot hold out any longer. My apologies, Civil Second Aid. There we go. He survived the battle though. Aim for Shimazu Ishin. Do not let him get away. First, Yoshitsugu needs to die. You can stay put. On. Is he still okay? Let's help them out a bit. Oh, damn, I forgot about Hideye. I forgot about Hideye. Come on, get over there. Actually, seeing Takatora fight Yoshitsugu would be nice too, because they used to know each other after all. Yeah. There we go. We reached Hideye. Go Tarakatsu! Tarakatsu hurts a lot with that ability. That's it then. Forgive me, Minister, but I couldn't find the path to victory. So he committed seppuku in this battle. Once he saw he couldn't win, he committed seppuku. Only Shide Mitsunari remains. All forces, advance! He must be put down. There is no escape from this lost battle. I will find honor in seppuku. Uncle, for the sake of the Shimazu, if not your own, you must withdraw. I, Toyohisa, shall give my life in your place. Fine. I'll tear through their front line and escape. Carve your name into history, Toyohisa. Hey, we're supposed to fight. Unless... really, they don't even leave a Toyo, he's a unit? How is Naomasa supposed to be hurt? Cause it was by chasing down the Shimazu. The Naomasa got shot by a musket, and that wound would be the cause of his death 2 years later. Alright. Oh well. We'll have to content ourselves with the Mitsunari instead. Nice. Tarakatsu beat Hireye. Tokugawa are overwhelming us. Nice. Now we have to advance and kill Mitsunari. Ouch. Alright. Magic? No, it's not magic. It's like... Imagine that they had prepared like rocks that they can just, you know, throw down the cliff. That's what they're doing. And they're gonna do it again, in fact. Yeah, that's a... Ouch. Yeah, the rocks are being launched so far. Wait, did I gain morale from losing a unit? What? That makes no sense. Yeah, we're being bombarded. Alright. Mitsunari is weak though. First, Naomasa goes in. Righteous command. Ouch. It's fine. Go, Naomasa. Red Demon of Heat. Is he Takatora? Does he have his ability? Takatora. Yeah, he does. Damn, they're still throwing rocks. Holy shit. Ouch. There we go. Zealous Valor. They threw it behind over here. Alright. Ieyasu himself. Here we go. Ishida Mitsunari, the traitor who deceived my lord Hideyori. The peace of our nation demands your capture. Who are you to call anyone a traitor? Your lord desired the nation under Tokugawa rule. Wait, your lord? Wait, what do you mean? That's... You're talking to Tokugawa himself. That's a weird confusion there. Against all odds. Yeah, one defense, one valor. Wow, he's really nerfed. Stop throwing rocks, goddammit. Those goddamn rocks. Why is the cooldown of those rocks so goddamn fast? My lord Hideyori, Lord Regents, forgive me. There we go. He got captured and executed later. The traitor Ishida Mitsunari has been eliminated. Now none can stand against my lord Hideyori. Let me hear your victory cries. Our nation is now at peace. My nation is at peace. It's kind of funny because technically Ieyasu would be the traitor, not Mitsunari, but you know, it's, you know, his stats are close to null. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Kuroda Nagamasa did fine. Here we go. Sekigahara Settlement, Eastern Army victory. 6 hours into the battle to determine the fate of the nation, its outcome appeared inevitable. The Ishida, Konishi, Ukita, Onotani, the core units of the Western Army, had been devastated. Ensuring victory would go to Ieyasu and the Eastern Army. Answering Ieyasu's own battle cry, the troops of the Eastern Army raised their voices in triumph, and chased after their fleeing adversaries.
Yosh!
You did it, my lord!
Banzai!
Congratulations are in order. Indeed, you all fought well, but I knew things would end this way. Long have we climbed, but we stand now at the summit. Yes, I always knew we'd find ourselves here. And these heights have made visible a new age. An age of peace, forged by the Tokugawa, that will last 1,000 years. I mean, 250 years, not 1,000, but sure. Wait, let me just decrease the volume a bit. This is loud. Yeah, it's not 1,000 years, it was 250 years, but sure. There is still much more that I would ask of you. I am yours to command. And so the Battle of Sekigahara had been decided. It did know about that though, yeah, it did know about the Americans coming with gunboats and forcing the country to be open. And so the Battle of Sekigahara had been decided. Ieyasu's victory brought an end to the wars that defined the era and ushered in a period of peace. The echoes of the battle eventually tapered off and a tranquil hush fell over Sekigahara. Here we go. Sekigahara Settlement, Eastern Army victory. The following officers vanished. Ishida Mitsunari, Konishi Yukinaga, Ankokuji Eki. They didn't vanish, they were executed. They were executed by the Tokugawa. Oh, there we go now. We're not done though. There's still a few scenes we need to see. Yeah, this one. This one. This one. This one. This one. This one. And that's it. Actually, no. Okay, this one too. Alright. Yeah. We're almost done with everything. So we're gonna play until here. Until this one. And then next week we're gonna finish. We're gonna finish the historical playthrough. Starting in the next scenario, in 1514. There's no point in playing until 1614, because there's no events until then. So we're just gonna play until 1603. Well, technically, we don't even need to play until 1603, we can just see the event. Because we have to wait 3 years. 3 years until this event happens, which is like, not required at all. Don't worry. Don't worry, it's gonna finish next stream. Shimazu disengagement. During the Battle of Sekigahara, the Shimazu army recognized the inevitable defeat of the Western Army and decided to withdraw. However, Shimazu Isshin, aka Shimazu Yoshihiro, chose not to turn his back to the enemy, instead advancing directly into their formation. As he pushed further into enemy territory, the Tokugawa army's relentless pursuit of the Shimazu forces in a tight spot. I will take my own life before letting the enemy have it. You can't, uncle! Your death would spell the end of the Shimazu, and I have no place, if it is not with this clan. It would be my honor to give my own life for the sake of the Shimazu. You wish to die, Toyohisa? That is not my desire. I only wish for the Shimazu to live on. Toyohisa then turned directly into the pursuing forces of Honda Tadakatsu and Ii Naomasa, and stopped them in their tracks. He showed them the might of the Hayatos of Satsuma. His sacrifice gave Shimazu Isshin the opportunity to escape. The Shimazu line would endure thanks to Toyohisa's courageous death. And then Naomasa was shot and suffered a wound. Siege of Hasedo Castle. The territorial disputes between the Uesugi and Mogami caused many complications along their border. After the Uesugi's defeat at the hands of Tokugawa Ieyasu, Mogami Yoshiaki saw an excellent opportunity. He began planning an invasion to reclaim his clan's lost territory and expand his domain. But the situation unfolded in ways he hadn't anticipated. It seems the Minister of the Interior has no intentions of coming. The officers that helped him defeat the Uesugi have begun clearing their camps. Gah, what a useless lot! This won't do at all. If we fought the Uesugi as we are, we'd certainly lose. Damn. We have no choice but to kowtow before Masamune is brought and beg for their help. Ah well, they gave a fairly vague response. The Uesugi clan boasted a military force more than 5 times larger than that of the Mogami. There was no chance against such overwhelming numbers. Hasedo Castle, the last fortress defending the Mogami clan residents of Yamagata Castle, had been surrounded by Uesugi forces. 15 days into the siege, a shocking report was delivered. I bring news! Lord Ishida Mitsunari has been routed at Sekigahara! Then it's over. The Uesugi no longer have a chance. Forgive me, Lord Kagekatsu. My judgment was mistaken. Only my life can serve to express my contrition. No. Your role at the head of an army is only beginning. If you mean to die, save it until afterwards. I suppose a warrior's death must not be wasted. Everyone, withdraw. Our battle is over. The Uesugi will not sacrifice their lives for naught. Consequently, the Mogami forces that had been desperately defending Hasedo Castle went on the offensive and pursued the retreating Uesugi army. Positioned in the rearguard and exposed to the vehement onslaught was the eccentric Maeda Keiji. You wanna fight, eh? I'll give you a fight you'll never forget. The adroit command of Naoe Kanetsugu and the admirable efforts of Maeda Keiji significantly reduced the casualties suffered by the Uesugi forces as they successfully made a retreat. Their deeds would be commended by even their enemies, Tokugawa Ieyasu and Mogami Yoshiaki. These warriors showed the world that the valor of Kenshin yet lived in the Uesugi clan. There we go. Shimazu Toyohisa dies. Let's see. After we're done with all the scenes for today, I'll show you the VTubers that I've added so far. It's 182 VTubers. Not in detail. I'll save the details for when we actually do the VTuber campaigns. Kuroda Nagamasa was the daimyo of Buzen province, and the legitimate son of the genius tactician Kuroda Kanbei. Although Kanbei had changed his name to Josui and retired from his role as leader, he still had considerable influence over the clan. I will return, father. Send my regards to the Minister of the Interior. The Kuroda clan had established close ties with the Tokugawa early on. Nagamasa had even accompanied the Tokugawa Ieyasu in his subjugation of the Uesugi. If the Minister of the Interior sends his army east, the Civil Second Aid will begin rallying soldiers in Osaka. The longer that battle draws out, the larger my territory in western Japan will grow. And then the entire nation would be within my grasp. Lord Hanbei, what would you do with such an opportunity? While Kuroda Josui had contributed significantly to Toyotomi Hideyoshi's venture of unifying the country, their relationship eventually grew less congenial. Caused by both Hideyoshi's fear of his powerful intellect and his hostility with Ishida Mitsunari, this friction led Josui to refrain from making any conspicuous movements after retiring and joining the priesthood. But before the war that would divide the country began, the daimyo within Josui's heart had been reawakened. In Bungo, Otomo Yoshimune, who sought to revive the Otomo clan, gained the assistance of the Western Army, Western Army's Mori clan to bolster his forces. However, Josui easily defeated his army at Ishigakibaru, and went on to continue attacking various castles of the Western Army, steadily expanding his territory with each victory. It was then that he received the unexpected news that would completely alter his destiny. I have a letter from Lord Nagamasa. From Nagamasa? What could it be? Forgive my lack of formality. From the lack of formalities. In short, the Minister of Interior has won the battle at Sekigahara. I made great contributions to this victory by utilizing the strategies you taught me. Among the minister's many allies, my deeds were esteemed to be among the most meritorious. As such, we may ask for whatever we wish in return. Well, that didn't take long. It would seem that the nation is now in the Minister of the Interior's hands. This mandate from heaven, should I accept it or not? Josui chose to accept heaven's mandate. Yes. You would say you choose to accept what the Chinese call the Tianming. Yeah, the mandate of heaven, Tianming. So yeah. Yes, I will accept it. His war is not yet over. We shall rout the minister's enemies still remaining in Western Japan. And when the time comes, I will choose to either make an offer or wage a war. Ah, my talent, my honor, my dream! Will they all flow like water, only to shift and fade away? With his rare genius, Kuroda Josui had survived many hardships and won many battles. But what was he left with in the end? Sadness and regret that he never realized his dreams? Or the refreshing affirmation of accepting his fate? How would an ordinary person ever know? Alright. There we go. Yeah, Tomi the Clan. What's next? Alright, October. Next month. 2 weeks had passed since the battle at Sekigahara. Following the conflict, defeated General Ishida Mitsunari, who fled desperately but in vain, was captured and sent to the execution grounds at Rokujo Gawara. I have been forced to walk some distance, and my throat is parched. Have you any hot water? I'm terribly sorry, Minister Ishida. As there are few dwellings around here, no wells have been dug. Would you have a persimmon instead? No, persimmons are bad for the stomach. I'm afraid I must decline. As long as I draw breath, I will endeavor to see the Minister of the Interior dead and buried. I cannot give up. Minister Ishida Mitsunari was 41 years of age. Along with Konishi Yukinaga and Ankokuji Eke, he breathed his last at Rokuju Gawara. The Chikuma glowed, a fire glimpsed twixt the reeds, shone on the water, to be doused on the morrow, my works extinguished with it. As a beacon of fire for the Toyotomi, Ishida Mitsunari had lighted their path, but that flame had been snuffed out. And now Toyotomi Hideyori, the orphan son of Regent Hideyoshi, who bore the fate of his clan on his young shoulders, could not see the path forward for the darkness. Yeah, he's still a 4-year-old. Yeah. Conclusion, Sekigahara. Second Civil Second Aide Ishida, you were true and loyal, but fate has chosen me. There is nothing to resent. Now for his followers. The nation belongs to the Tokugawa now. An example must be made of those who challenged my claim. They shall become Tozawa daimyo, outsider daimyo. Ieyasu sent his verdict to the various daimyo of the Western Army. Many of them were stripped of their ranks, including the daimyo of the Ukita, the Chosokabe, and the Tachibana clans. Furthermore, Ukita Hideye was to be exiled. Those exempt from this list were the Mori, the Uesugi, and many powerful daimyo of the Western Army. However, portions of their domains were to be forfeited. The Mori clan, one of the 5 elders, suffered one of the most severe losses. 7 of their territories were confiscated, leaving them only Suo and Nagato. The Minister of the Interior is a cheat and a coward! Our domain was never part of the discussions. What are you saying, my lord? You contributed too much to Minister Ishida's efforts. We should be satisfied we were left anything at all. Remember what was said by your late grandfather, Lord Motonari. One must curb any aspirations of excess. Your concern moving forward must be our clan's preservation. This disgrace will not be forgotten. The Mori will overthrow the Tokugawa, however many hundreds of years it may take. 250 years to be exact, actually. Because again, when the Americans came to Japan, opened up the country by force, and the Tokugawa shogunate lost power, it was the Mori and the Shimazu who spearheaded the rebellion against the Tokugawa shogunate to instill the emperor as ruler. So yeah, you just have to wait 250 years, Terumoto. That will happen. Your clan and the Shimazu clan will do it. You will rebel against the Tokugawa and win. That is the Meiji Restoration. The Tokugawa clan's newly claimed territory boasted a yield of over 6 million koku of rice. This was divided up and rewarded to many of his loyal officers. All of Japan would fall under the control of the Tokugawa, leaving no other powers to challenge their authority. It is done. The entire land may as well be considered mine. There remains just one tiny little nuisance. So, what should be done about it? Talking about Hideyori. Left to plague the new ruler was a single regret. Toyotomi Hideyori, the offspring of the late regent Hideyoshi, was still residing in Osaka. Just half a month had passed since the war that divided the nation was settled. The Warring States era was finally coming to a close. Oh, there's another one. Anything for Sanada. Following the Western Army's defeat at Sekigahara, Sanada Masayuki found himself in a crisis. Tokugawa Ieyasu considered Masayuki's actions during the Battle of Ueda, which had kept Tokugawa Hidetada locked in place, as an offense more than deserving of death. Around this time, Masayuki received a letter from his son, Sanada Nobuyuki, who was still with the Eastern Army. Will you not read it, father? The Minister of the Interior is offering us clemency. That's about the gist of it, is it not? It is exactly as you say. Brother and Lord Tadakatsu both suggested the idea to him. Knowing the Minister Tokugawa, I doubt we'll get off so lightly. We injured his pride after all. Twice. Even if our lives are spared, we'll be exiled. Nobuyuki will probably be given the remaining land to rule. But can we survive with the Tokugawa as our enemy? That's an important consideration. So what will we do? There was never any question. Masayuki chose to resign as a daimyo. That's what he did. Nobuyuki will ensure that the Minister of the Interior spares our lives. Although we have been exiled, the Sanada will continue with Nobuyuki becoming the new lord. It's a shame that brothers were made to fight one another. I'm sorry, Yukimura. I acted of my own volition, father. If it would help, I would happily welcome defeat or exile. Anything for Sanada. Exactly as Masayuki had anticipated, Sanada Nobuyuki worked with Honda Tadakatsu to convince the indignant Tokugawa Ieyasu to spare the men's lives. Honda Tadakatsu being the father of Nobuyuki's wife. This resulted in Masayuki and Yukimura being ordered to live in seclusion at Koyasan, while Nobuyuki took over managing Masayuki's former territories. And so the distinguished officer Sanada Masayuki exited the Warring Era's center stage. The Sanada bloodline would live on, however. There we go. Conclusion! Ukita Akie succeeds Ukita Hideye as daimyo. Mori Hidenari succeeds Mori Terumoto as daimyo. Ono Harunaga becomes affiliated with the Toyotomi clan. The following clan changes occurs. Otani clan is annihilated and affiliated officers are added to the Tokugawa clan. Honishi, but his son, Yoshitsugu's son is still alive, by the way. Honishi clan is annihilated. Niwa clan is annihilated. Chosokabe clan is annihilated. Tachibana clan is annihilated. Hikawa clan is annihilated, but joins the Mori clan. Hidenobu's Oda clan is annihilated. And I mean, Hidenaga's Oda clan is annihilated. I think, actually I don't remember, but Oda clan is annihilated. Or is it the Hitachi Oda? I don't remember. Maybe it's the Hitachi Oda actually, never mind. Iwaki clan is annihilated. Onodera clan is annihilated. The following clans form alliances: Tokugawa clan and Kobayakawa clan, Tokugawa clan and Kuki clan, Kobayakawa clan and Toyotomi clan's alliance, marriage alliance, and vassalage are terminated. Significantly alters each clan situation. Sanada Nobuyuki becomes affiliated with the Sanada clan. Sanada Nobuyuki succeeds Sanada Masayuki as daimyo. Sanada Masayuki vanishes. Sanada Nobushige vanishes. Sanada clan occupies Numata Castle. Sanada clan becomes vassal of the Tokugawa clan. That is a lot of changes. There we go. So there we go. This is how Japan looks like right now. As you can see, it's mostly blue. Also, holy shit, all the clans destroyed. It's mostly blue or green. Green being our allies and vassals. Blue being ourselves, and those that are not blue, those are Tozama Daimyo, the outsider Daimyo. But yeah, as you can see, we have territory here in Kyushu. The Kato clan was awarded more territory for their work. Same thing for the Tanaka clan. They were moved here. The Kuroda clan was awarded territory for their resistance of the Western Army against the Western Army. The Hosokawa were moved here and given one more territory. Here, the Todo clan was moved here. The Kato clan is still here. The Yamauchi clan was awarded the Chosokabe lands. The Hachisuka clan also is here, and the Ikoma clan. The Fukushima clan was moved all the way here and was awarded with a lot of land. But these didn't last forever. There would be a situation in the future where they would lose, like, a lot. All of their lands. But that's, like, many years from now. It's not an event in the game. The Kobayakawa clan was moved here. Also has lands. The Ikeda clan also has a lot of lands. Hyogoku clan is here. We occupied a lot of the territory over here. The Toyotomi still exists though. When does modernization show up? That's not about... This game isn't about that. This game is about... Well, technically you could say that guns... The Portuguese giving guns to the Japanese already counts, but... You won't see the actual modernization of Japan, as we know it, from the Meiji Restoration until 250 years from now, which those events are not covered by this game. This game is about the Sengoku Jidai, after all. See, the Maeda are here. They were awarded with lands, I think. The Hori are here. I think they still have the same territory. The Uesugi lost many of their lands, and the Gamu clan was given a lot of their lands as a result. The Mogami, Adate, and yeah, that's what Japan looks like. And all of this is now Tokugawa territory. All of this. So yeah, and 3 years from now, Tokugawa Ieyasu would be made as the Shogun, and begin the Tokugawa Shogun, and beginning the Edo period. And he changed the government. He brought the government from Kyoto, all the way to Edo, which in the future will be known as Tokyo, in the Meiji Restoration. We have one more scene to watch. Again, there's still more scenes. Those will be done next week, because that will be the final battle, actually. The final battle, you know, final season part 2 kind of thing. Because Hideyori is still alive after all. So, let's see. Founding at Edo. This one. Emperor Go-Yozei immediately sent imperial envoys to Fushimi Castle at the conclusion of the battle at Sekigahara. Court officials appeared in ceremonial attire to conduct the solemn ceremony of inaugurating the Shogun. His Majesty the Emperor hereby decrees that Ieyasu, Minister of the Interior and Ason of Minamoto, shall be recognized as the Shogun. I swear to serve in my role as the Shogun with all my soul. Aside from becoming the Shogun, Tokugawa Ieyasu was also appointed as Right Minister and head of the Minamoto, among various other titles and privileges. Although Ieyasu's supremacy had been confirmed after the Battle of Sekigahara, he was still shackled by his responsibilities as heir to the Toyotomi clan. By becoming the shogun, Ieyasu had finally gained the power to replace the late Hideyoshi's position of chief advisor, the power needed to free himself from the Toyotomi. Father, congratulations on your appointment as shogun. I do not intend to hold it for long. You will soon take this responsibility in my stead. I've grown old. I will soon retire in Sumpu. The legacy of the Tokugawa will fall on your shoulders, Hidetada. So this is something Ieyasu did. Ieyasu made sure to rule for 2 years and then retire to let his son govern. This way, he would ensure that his son would stay, keep the authority, right? Make sure that the country wouldn't just fall into chaos if he died, by allowing his son to rule under his supervision and gradually giving in more and more responsibility. And it worked. This was a model that worked. And it started the trend of Tokugawa shoguns retiring early to give their children the position of shogun, to make sure that it keeps the stability of the country, so that there's no issues like in the past where, oh, someone died but now there's a child ruler, yeah, right? So this is why. Or someone died and the next person does not have authority because they haven't proven and don't have experience. This way Ieyasu was able to ensure that, no, even if Ieyasu dies, his son will be ready, because his son already ruled many years before Ieyasu died. So he had authority. It is said that on the day of the imperial proclamation, the morning rain suddenly stopped, and the sky grew bright and clear. But not everyone under that bright blue sky saw Ieyasu's inauguration as a reason for celebration. Hideyori? Never mind. Oh, Chacha. Yodo Dono. This is Chacha. She is Hideyori's mother. The daughter of Azai Nagamasa and Oichi, Nobunaga's sister. She became a concubine to Toyotomi Hideyoshi and gave birth to Hideyoshi's son, Hideyori. That blasted Ieyasu. He's gone and made himself the shogun, and she's also a loli in Fate Grand Order. He's gone and made himself the shogun just to give away the Toyotomi clan's position of chief advisor to some noble. The Minister of the Interior has made Edo the headquarters of his shogun, and he is consolidating control over the national government. Does Ieyasu fancy himself to be the next ruler, the next Lord Yoritomo? Yoritomo, by the way, is referencing Minamoto no Yoritomo. He was the first shogun. The first shogun of the first shogunate, the Minamoto shogunate, also known as the Kamakura shogunate. This is outright treachery against the Toyotomi clan. Ieyasu, you've forgotten the kindness of our late regents. How could you hold the Toyotomi in such contempt? The rise of the shogun would apparently give birth to yet another seething conflict. But that would only happen 11 years from now. Next week, we're gonna see what will happen. Next week, we're gonna see the siege of Osaka. No, wait, there we go. Next week, it will be the siege of Osaka, the final scenario. And as you can see, the world is governed by Tokugawa. And there were still some movements of territories from some clans. Yeah, look at the Uesugi have one territory. But yeah, the Mori only have this. But yeah, the siege of Osaka, it will be the final stand of the Toyotomi. But yeah, we are done for today. So, like I promised, I will show the VTubers that I've added so far. So we have 182 VTubers, technically 183, because the Nishisanji DLC is out, and the game added Ibrahim from Nishisanji JP into the game officially as part of it. So yeah, and they added a new scenario as well with it. Not a new scenario, but a new event of Okehazama, of Honoji, I mean. So yeah, and he has 2 personal skills that you can't give to anyone else. But going into the actual VTubers that I have added. Yeah, we'll go here. Because it's you get to see all their faces. So every single Hololive member, with the exception of Riglos, is all here. So Pekora, Muna, Botan, Kali, Kiara, Toa, Polka. Polka is gonna be the main character of our first campaign. For obvious reasons. This game is called Nobunaga's Ambition after all. I have to do it. Knowers will know. Yago, Giga Chad Yago portrait, you know. I need to change a lot of these portraits. With some of you know, artworks that you can find like from big artists and all that. Uruha Rusia, Kanata, Koko, Atame, Suisei, Ayame, Iroha, Koyori, Chloe, Louis, Aki, Gura, Aqua, Subaru, Marin, Lapuaz, Amelia, Finana, Rosemi, Selene, Oli, Iron Mouse, Choco, Okayu, Vox. And now Vox has a movie, which, you know, hey, great. He really fits the period. Sora, Roboko, Aski, Miko, Ina, Hato, Hachama. I decided to make 2 of them because I think they're different enough where I can put 2 of them. Mel, Matsuri, Sion, Noel, Flare, Fubuki, Korone, Mio, Luna, Lami, Nene, Yofi, Risu, Anya, Reine, Kyla, Kobo, Zeta, Iris, Sana, Fauna, Crony, Mume, Bei, Bells, Astel, Axel, Altair, Oga, another Laplas, but this is for season 2 of our VTuber campaigns, not for season 1. Tenma, Pippa, Enna, Millie, E-chan, Nodoka-chan, Genma, Enma, J-chan, Shiori, Nerisa, Bijou, Fuwawa, Mokoko, and then we start seeing more outside Hololive. Mononobe Alice, Angel Katrina, Ars Almal, Belmont Banderas, Nishizono Chigusa, Illyria Pandora, Akase Fuyuki, Himawari Honma, actually no, Honma Himawari, Hoshikawa Sara, Lise Helesta, Suzuhara Lulu, Maria Marinette, Mika Melatica, Rindo Mikoto, Nina Kosaka, Petra Gurin, Pomo Rainpuff, Reimo Endo, Makai no Ririmo, Sasaki Saku, Hyakuman Tembara Salome, her name didn't fit, unfortunately. Sefina, Hayashi So, Tsukinomito, Kizuna Ai, Hizuki Yui, Itoi Itoi, Shibuya Hall, Inuyama Tamaki, Asumi Sena, Ichinose Uruha, Kaga Sumire, Kurumi Noa, Higuchi Kaede, Shigure Wii, RPR, Ida Pochi, Natasha Nianers, Lucy Pyre, Kiyomi Pyong Pyong, Deltaya, Bajiru, Bubi, Hiragi Emuri, Umari Tomoe, Lucius Merriweather, Lumi Tuber, Kilia Kurayami, Miyoshi no Shiki, Araka Luto, Fuyo Cloverfield, Yuku Yurei, Rin Pernrose, Roka Rurin, Koni Confetti. Why not play as Ishida Mitsunari? No, because right now we're doing the historical playthroughs. That's why we're doing it. But after we're done with historical playthroughs, in the future we'll be doing the VTuber campaigns. That's the plan. Once we're done with it, but I still want to add 300 VTubers into the game. At least 300. I'm still far from 300. I have a lot of plans for this. This is gonna be fun. So yeah. So Koni Confetti, Henya, Shondo, Aruran, Roberu, Keison, Chihiro, Rin, Shizukarin, Kenmochi Toya, Gilzaren III, Suzuka Utako, Fumino Tamaki, and now prepare for a lot of Nishisanji, even more Nishisanji JP. Yuhi Riri, Kanae, Sister Claire, Todoroki Kyoko, Kuzuha, Shina Yuika, Takamiya Rion, Asuka Hina. You're going to shower? Bye bye. I'm probably gonna end like the stream after I'm done talking about them all. So Bye bye. Asukahina, Maemoto Keisuke, Debiru, Warabeda Meiji, Gundomire, Otogibara Era, Inui Toko, Ex Albio, Leaflet, Asari, Yuria, Nui Sosiere, Yorumirena, Amamiya Kokoro, Eli Conifer, Ratna Petit, Skoyakana, Shellin Burgundy, Yamagami Karta, Matsukai Mao, Shirayuki Tomoe, Mashiro Meme, Furen Nobustario, Nagaoke, Genzuki Tojiro, and Kaida Haru. That's the members of, and also Ibrahim also, because they added him officially. Those are the VTubers that I have added all so far, but I'm still so far away from the number that I want. We have 182, but I want 300 at least. Any members of Real Corp? I don't recognize that company. Again, the goal is 300. My goal is not to add everyone, because there's like thousands of VTubers, obviously. I'm just basically adding VTubers that I know, VTubers that I'm interested in, or VTubers that I find, you know, that fit the setting. But it is very much biased. It is very much biased because, like, I think I'm adding a lot of JP VTubers in comparison to EN VTubers. I have a lot of EN VTubers, but I am definitely adding a lot more JP VTubers, that's for sure. I don't know, it's probably because I'm usually more around the JP side. But there's still a lot of EN VTubers that I want to add, a lot of them. There's still a lot. I need to go back to them to look at some indies, some more indies, and some more other corpos from EN as well. But yeah, but I'm not done adding all the Nijisanji members. I'm not done adding Nijisanji members. There's still a bunch more that I want to add. I'm gonna add Banhada still. I'm gonna add Lala Austroemeria. I'm gonna add more JP members. There's a few EN members that I wanna add as well. And then I want to go back and maybe add some more Holostars members, because I haven't added that many Holostars. I want to add more. And I want to add Regloss as well. And after that is done, I can go back and start looking at smaller corpos. And let me see. I want to add the 4 Heavenly Kings, you know, obviously. And a bunch of others. So yeah, it will be fun, because I have spread out VTubers all throughout Japan. Each with their own clans and all that, so it's gonna be fun. Like Holox have their own clan, for example. Amami, I don't know who Amami is, so if I don't know who she is, probably not. I mean, I'll look it up. Again, 300 is a big number. We have a lot of slots. I mean, technically, 300 is just the minimum amount I want to add. I'll probably add more. Actually, I have an idea. Once I finish the first campaign, I am probably gonna ask people what other VTubers would they like to see in the campaigns, right? And then I will add the ones that are either most requested or the ones that I find more interesting for the setting, and I will add them. And I will add them into the game for the second campaign. The first campaign is just me adding a lot of VTubers that I'm interested, or I like, or I know, or fit the setting. The second, after that, I'll start asking people what other VTubers they want me to add. But this is it. And these campaigns aren't coming anytime soon yet. Again, next week we're gonna finish the historical playthrough. We're gonna finish with the Siege of Osaka Castle. After that, we're gonna, you know, we're gonna be done with the Nobunaga's ambition for a while. We're gonna go back to our Yakuza playthrough instead. Because we haven't finished our Yakuza playthrough. And we only come back to Nobunaga's ambition once I finished adding the 300 VTubers for those campaigns that I want to do. That is the plan. That is the plan. So yeah, that is all. I'm probably going to add a few more today. A few more Nijisanji members today. So yeah, without any further ado, thank you for coming, everyone. I'll see you next time. Sweet dreams. Bye bye.